So rap had a very big year, one of the biggest years it's had in recent memory.
I think for me, kind of like when you brought up Kendrick Lamar, another artist that had like a huge year was Charlie XCX.
R&B had his little hits as well. R&B had a nice little stance.
Yeah. Like, even pop. Yes. Like people are Billie Eilish's or Sabrina Carpenter's.
Yes. Sabrina's had a strong year.
In terms of rap music, we have not had massive rap beef like this in a very long time.
I'll go as far as to say, that I'm struggling to choose between Made in Lagos and Mariah. I can say on this album, I can name you 2 tracks that Wiz is being introspective and he's talking about his mum. Pray, which is the last track, and track number 1, Troubled Mind.
So this album's on your list, but Charlie XCX, like I found out that, you know, this album supposedly is pretty good. I think it's the highest rated album.
Yeah.
See, Ariana Grande released something this year.
She did.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift,
bro, Taylor Swift, right now she's 7 times platinum.
Brother. Yeah, Cover Car is a good album. Very good album.
I'm gonna be honest though, I'm starting to be a bit questionable about BEYONCÉ.
Thank you very much.
Nelly did it, but he didn't do it at a high level. Nelly! When he did a country album. Obviously, Afrobeats had their moment. Afrobeats had this moment this year as well. The likes of TYLA, you know, who has really broken through into the mainstream.
For my most disappointing is Jamie XCX. No, Jamie XXX with his follow-up album for In Color.
I'm probably jumping over to Mr. Schoolboy Q Lips. Okay. Boy, this one here is a no-brainer. R&B lovers, come to the table. We're here, bro. We're here.
Yes, my Still Colours family. It's been a minute since you've had all of the boys together in one room, chilling, booling, cooling, all together here at once. And guess what? A very momentous occasion has brought us here together. I'm sure you've seen on the socials, we have been dropping our albums and singles of the year. And we're here all together, collected around the round table. Like mafia, you get it? About to break bread.
Like the mafia,
about to break some pasta. Have some coffee. We're all here together to discuss our albums, but before we even get into that, let's introduce ourselves. It's your boy Jarvis. You might have seen me on a couple rock reaction videos and them things there. Coming to Beatles near you. But I'm here to tell you about my list.
There you go, it's your boy Menenza, the boy that's behind the camera, now in front of your camera. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'll definitely show you about my list as well.
Yeah, listen, you already know who it is, innit? You understand? It's Henry, aka the R&B connoisseur. You know what I mean? Here to go through my list, and yeah, man, excited to do this because obviously we didn't get the opportunity to do it last year, so
man. And I'm Kevin. You lot have sort of seen some of my reviews and some of my reactions as well, so nice.
Before we even get into it, guys, subscribe. We're on the road to 10K. We're nearly there. We can feel it. It's in touching distance. It's in touching distance. So guys, help us to get to 10K. We've got a lot of plans for this year, and we want to bring you along with the journey. We need that support, you know. These videos take a minute.
They do.
So we do take a minute. So we love for you guys to comment, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. Maybe we can all be friends. And you can watch us every weekend.
Yes.
Let me throw it to H.
Yes.
Let's get into this.
Yes, let's get into this. So obviously this is part of the segment where we actually go through each individual list. So basically, you know, we've selected 10 songs and 10 albums that we think, you know, was our favourites of this year. So I know obviously we're in the new year 2025, but you know, I mean, I'll be the first to say that I feel like 2024 was a great year for music. So yeah, and you know, I know a lot of us found it hard to keep it to 10 each. You understand? I certainly did. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. So like I said, we're gonna go through each individual list, starting with myself as I'm talking. My favourite 10 songs of the year. So firstly, we've got Odile So-So.
Do you want to give us a little
I'll save that for later. I'll save that for later, but there's a reason why I said that first, in it, you know, hink. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, second is Asake featuring WIZKID, MMS. Third is Bashi, Lost in Dreams. Fourth is Leon Thomas, Mark. Fifth is Sabrina Carpenter, Espresso. Espresso, you understand? Sixth is Rich 3-2, 2-minute silence. Shout out to Rich. Seventh is No Worries featuring Thundercat, Keep Her. 8 is Amari, Sweet. 9 is Tanashi, Getting No Sleep. And then the last one, last but not least is number 10, and it's Parsalu and Belly. Moving on to my 10 favourite albums of the year, starting off with WIZKID, Wizzy Baby, Mariah. Second is Freddie Gibbs, You Only Die Once. Third is Kendrick Lamar, GNX. Fourth is Dolce, Alligator Bites, Never Heal. Fifth is Tyler the Creator, Cremacopia. Sixth is Gets On Purpose, With Purpose. Seventh is Rhapsody, Please Don't Cry. Eighth is Vince Staples, Dark Times. Ninth is, well, obviously I kind of cheated here. You know, obviously I couldn't choose between the two in it. Yeah, I couldn't choose between the two in it. You understand? I've done this before, so I'm not a first-time offender in it. But yeah, so we have Amir Ruff, Free Fallen, and then we have Condrestra, Londra. So obviously they're split in ninth place, and then number 10 is Thames, Born in the Wild. Yeah, so Zenz, I'll flick over to you, man.
Yes.
What's on your list, bro?
Probably one of the best lists we've got in the house.
Okay, it's starting already. I was waiting for someone to break the ice, and you understand.
So you know, first and foremost, the one and only best song of the year is Summer Walker, Heart of a Woman. That's the tune.
That's a tune.
And then you got to jump over to number 2, WIZKID, featuring Brent Fires, Piece of My Heart. Hey,
Lovely.
Let's listen. We'll start talking over it.
The lover boys.
My number 3. This is probably an artist a lot of people probably be seeing that they might see as an underground artist. I can never pronounce his name, so if I butcher it, apologies. What was it? Eliminate, Crystal Tears. Big massive song.
We'll find over into the French R&B gospel rap. I'm trying to put you on, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you on. So Je dois feel with Special. And then my number 5 is Ryan Offay with Celebrate. Great master song. Thames with Love Me JJ. Leon Thomas has made my list as well with Mutt.
See, yeah, copied me.
I was starting, it's cool. It's cool.
And then where we at? Number 8 was Chandler Moore with Lean Me On, sorry. Blame You from Odile, number 9. And NK Divine with Tout Comment Toi. So, friendship.
Straight over to the albums as well. Mark once again needs, if it's on the singles, the album once again was a big album as well. So that's numero uno. Then Dolce, Alligator Bites, Never Heal, another big album. Ryan Offay with Restore, his album was fantastic as well. One that HD didn't put on his, but I thought was a big album, was Benny the Butchers. Everybody calm. It was a good album, man. I'm telling you, good album. NK Divine also made it with Destined Chapter D. Tyler the Creator's come on, man. H had that as well, so obviously kind of copied me in that sense. Thames made it on my list as well with Born in the Wild. Amari Free Falling had to, man. She had such a killer album. Gets On Purpose, With Purpose. And finally, Freddie Gibbs. You Only Died Once. Big album. So yeah, probably the best list we got here so far. I'll pass on to Jay and let Jay, jump on this.
Obviously, these guys have been playing with some experimental drugs. I don't know what they're talking about, but let me run you through my list.
The song of the year, I think it's absolutely crazy because it broke every record. It was everywhere. Billion streams. Fastest rap album selling this year. Not even album, single. I'm so impressed by it. It should be an album. Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us, that set the tone for the year. It set the tone with a lot of companies, and sometimes you have to look at people and say, they're not like us. You know what I mean? And that's it, bro. That's real. For me, number 2, which also is connected, Metro Boomin, Future, Kendrick, Like That, set a lot of things into motion. And the instrumental, anyways, that one right there. For me, this guy has been on my freaking radar for 2 years now. Album, one of the best albums, most consistent. Bossman D-Lo, Getting With Me. Wow, big tune for me, massive tune. Number 4, we've got Billie Eilish, Birds of a Feather, because we do flock together. Love that right there.
That was a big song.
Big tune.
That's a big tune.
Number 5, we've got Len, Chaka, Get an out in Villa Man Jagger.
UK coming out.
The UK coming out, bro, and I love the new UK wave, man. It's beautiful. Yes. Number 6, Tommy Richmond, $1 Million Baby.
I got a few things. It's a big song. I've got a few things to say about that guy, but I'm gonna say it later. But regardless, a tune is a tune.
I was gonna say he doesn't do hip hop no more. Is that?
Yeah, that was that. Anyways, man sings on high pitch. He thinks he's on hip hop, bro. Please keep it close.
Number 7, we've got Sake with Skating. What? The intro to that song alone. Oh, beautiful. With number 8, we have got Sabrina Carpenter. It's been on everyone else's list. It's on my list as well. Yeah. Espresso. You can't deny it.
You can't. It's
undeniable.
undeniable.
It's undeniable. Number 9, we've got Rema. Experimental album, but I was a very big fan of that album. Loved it. And number 10, Get It Sexy. Got Sexy Red.
Very catchy.
That's such a catchy song. And let's go on to the albums. My favourite album was a sleeper. Came last minute. Let me not even talk too much about it. Sar Baby, Saheem, amazing. Number 2, Vince Staples, Dark Times. Vince is one of the most consistent rappers we have right now.
100.
Amazing. Number 3, Tyler the Creator, Chromatopia. Number 4, Boss Mandilo, Mr. Beat the Road. Pause. Mr. Beat the Road. But when I say that album, we'll talk about it later. Number 5, K Tronada, Timeless. Number 6, Mac Homie, #Rich XX Haitian.
That's a sleeper, that one.
It's a big sleeper, bro. Big sleeper. Number 7, Bodie James and Conductor Williams, Across the Tracks. And then we've got number 8, this is your countryman, Michael.
Michael Kiwanuka.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Michael Kiwanuka.
I didn't even know he's from Uganda.
He's cold, bro. I love this.
I did hear the album as well. We'll talk about it more as well. We'll talk about it.
Number 9, we've got No Worries with Wild. The number 1 album for a man who's cheated. And then number 10, we've got Len Lancey, The Conglomerate. And that's me. I'm gonna pass it over to Kay.
For my list, starting off with song, Nala Sinefra won, you know, as my number 1 song with Continuum 3. So that's jazz spiritual music. She's a London artist as well, and yeah, her music is just absolutely incredible, but quite on the small end as well, so hopefully one day she will blow up completely as well. And then she made the list again with Continuum 9 as well. So there's actually 2 artists, luckily enough, that have 2 songs on my favourite song list of this year, which is Charlie XCX and Nala Sinefra. So now going on to my number 3 song, which was GBTH Freestyle by Frisco as well. Old school grime classic, what's it called, freestyle with the instrumental, big rhythm there as well. Then we got Soundfighter Little Sims with Satellite Business as well. An amazing collab between the 2 as well. And a follow up from another Satellite record off the Soundfighter record as well. Great. And then we got Aruj Aftab with Nagul. She's a Pakistani American artist as well. And she does really beautiful sort of jazz, spiritual music as well. I love that as well. And then we got Squabble Up, Kendrick Lamar, an absolute banger. It makes you want to fight.
Makes you want to fight. Crip walk at the same time.
And then we got Earth Strong, Bashi. Bashi's had, we'll talk about him more, but he's had a very interesting year. We got Okotilla with Floating Points as well. Floating Points, probably one of the best UK producers. He's been on a serious run. And now we've got Charlie XCX, we both won Dutch and Club Classic. Like, Charlie's had an undeniable year for dance music, and she's probably put out probably the best reviewed album this year as well. So shout out to Charlie as well, because she's been on a run as well, and it's only now that I've tuned in. So Charlie, I'm sorry if I wasn't tuning in before, but now I am. And now for my album of the year, I think I already said it before, but I'll say it again. Nala Sinefra with Endlessness. Beautiful, beautiful album. This is her second album, and the first album was one of my favourite. This is her second album, that's her favourite. You're a young artist, you do two back to back like that. You're on some Kanye level stuff. We got Those Shit with Alligator Bite Never Heals. Not amazing album for that, but good album overall. And I think Those Shit probably will become one of the best up next as well. When we talk about her more. Chromatopia with Tyler the Creator. Tyler the Creator, what an ascendancy. He started off controversial. I thought his career was gonna dip, and then now he's just on a mad run. Only God Was Above Us, Vampire Weekend, probably the front bearers of alternative rock. They're still keeping their lights on, you get me? And it's unfortunate that alternative rock doesn't have as much presence as it used to, and it should. But yeah, Brat, Charlie XCX, come on. Undeniable, great record, lot of catchy songs, love it. You Only Die Once with Freddie Gibbs, I thought his rapping, his production was really good. Not the best album throughout, quite repetitive, but even that, I think Freddie Gibbs still came through enough to be on my list. Same thing goes with Floating Points with Cascade. I don't think his Floating Points great record, but a good Floating Points album is still a great album with a record like Ocotillo and some others as well. Glorilla with Glorious, my days, man, my day. She was another artist that I was looking at, her career needs to end. And she came back harder, faster, stronger with plenty of like catchy records, and I'm happy to be proven wrong. There's nothing better than an artist actually coming out and putting out their best work. You get me? Good album, not the best throughout, but good album overall. On Purpose with Gets. Good album, not better than the one before, but still a solid release as well. And then Beyonce, Cowboy Carter. Like Beyonce, she started off strong singles, not great album, but I think now she's definitely a legend now. Now like she's been on around 3-4 albums, producing amazing stuff that is not derivative, that she's being at the front foot as well. And Cowboy Carter, like if you're into like country music, like folk music, rock music, it's got some, and also kind of pop music as well. It's got really, you know, tasty songs as well. I listened to it and I was like, that's a really good album. So yeah, that's my list.
Sick. So you've heard from every man, you understand? So now we're gonna pose a couple of questions. Yeah? We're gonna pose a couple of questions. So I'm gonna start off with UK.
Oh, cool.
I know you already sort of explained it.
Yeah.
Out of all the songs and all the albums on your list, what was your favourite? So starting off with songs, what was your favourite song of the year and why?
So my favourite song of the year is not Last Nefro with Continuum 3.
Okay.
It's a beautiful spiritual jazz electronica record that is close to loads of like the music, like classical musical movements. You know, that you hear Peace by Bill Evans, or like all those sort of beautiful movements that is just both glorious and expansive. It's almost like a love letter to the universe, I would say, and I'm playing that song continuously through. It's also very different, and it's really interesting for such a young artist. I mean, she's 28, I think, to come to her second album and to deliver an album that similar but also very different, and also to have such a steadfast knowing in terms of how she wants an album to sound as well. And without a doubt, I think she's one of the front bearers of jazz at the moment. We had Kamasi Washington had a good run, but then I think his recent stuff hasn't kind of gone a bit downhill for me. The album Endlessness, and also just how strong it is, it's undeniable. So those are my favourite albums.
So that's it. So she made your favourite song and favourite album list. Wow, that's sick.
Yeah.
Still. And moving on to you, Jay, what was your favourite song and album of the year? Starting off with song.
So I'm gonna start off with Song, Not Like Us.
It's undeniable. It was everywhere. It is, you know, in terms of rap music, we have not had massive rap beef like this in a very long time. I'm talking about a rap beef that is beyond the genre. Everyone understands it. Everyone knows what's going on. I'm talking to my mum about it. I'm talking to other people about it. Like, oh, Drake is what? All of these things, and this, that is what Kendrick did, which I thought was so incredible, is he used Drake's technique against him. He created a banger.
He did.
That is undeniable. People are going to listen to. It's going to be played in a club. But if you know the history and the context, you know he's getting that bang.
And it's just beautiful, and just a sentiment of you're not like us. Like when you hear that, even now I just feel to I feel to go and call someone and disrespect them. Because you're not like me. I'm different.
Just one quick one. So do you think this rap battle is the biggest rap battle in hip hop history? Do you think it surpasses Biggie and Tupac?
Numbers wise, it's the biggest. Numbers wise.
Numbers wise.
It's so ridiculous. Both sides. That's the real reason though.
They hit Michael Diamond. Hit my man gone Diamond.
No way. Hip Hop did not go. But Hip Hop is a big song. But also, that's a one-way beef.
Yes.
Biggie didn't come back to him. Biggie was.
No, he released.
Who shot him? That wasn't a direct shot. That was like an indirect.
I mean, I think they died before he went.
Before he went nuclear, bro. You know what I mean? And then apart from that, what have you got? Like Nas and Jay-Z, which was somewhat, but it wasn't as big. Jay-Z, not even Jay-Z, 50 Cent and Ja Rule. big, but that was one-sided. 50 bulldozed them. Where this one here, 2 Titans going at it.
Two artists at the top of their game.
Do you know what this was like?
Yeah, they're the top 2 when you think about it.
They're 100% the top 2. Do you know what this is like? Yeah, when you watch a boxing match, and then it's getting down to the last 10 seconds, and it's just a slugfest.
Yeah.
It's just no
It's like Ali Fraser.
Yeah,
2 heavyweights.
2 heavyweights just going at it, bro.
Kendrick Lamar came with the thing.
Bro, Kendrick Lamar, he set him up for the uppercut.
He did.
Boom! Bang! Facts, you got him.
So for me, it's undeniable. Not Like Us, everyone knows it. If you haven't heard of Not Like Us, you're living under a rock. So that's me. And album of the year for me is Saheem by Sar Baby.
For me, that album came out literally, I do believe, end of November. Like, or mid-November, October, sometime like last minute this album came out, yeah. And for some reason, so Sar Baby, for me, he's got singles, he's got hits, and he's very, like, he's in the Young Thug ilk, where you can tell that there's been influences there. Very much influences, androgynous man.
But when you listen to his music, bro,
You're straight gangster.
Not even that, bro. The guy is funny, he's witty, the beats he picks, and I'm telling you this right now, no skips. Not a single skip. I can listen, I've got the whole album front to back, no skips, and it's catchy. My guy said, one of his songs, which I will recite for you. Belt boys, belt boys, belt boys, we're pitting our belt to their ass. You see that? You're putting so much pressure on your arms. You're spanking them. You get it? And then right now there's a song that's going viral on TikTok called Viking. Someone dancing on the floor. It's a big tune. Viking is a big tune.
That's him as well.
That's him as well. On film, like he has made a sleeper album, which for me is just so undeniable. It's number 1 for me. Like I've listened to a lot, and for me, like that came out at the end of the year, and it's just stuck with me. It's resonated with me, and I'm just like, yeah, it makes sense. So that's me right there.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. No, you really saw my man, you know. I'm gonna have to
Sharp
take a listen.
listen.
His discography still, yeah. Zens.
Boy, this one is a no-brainer. R&B lovers, come to the table.
We're here, bro. We're here.
We made it. Miss Summer Walker, Heart of a Woman.
Need I say no more? From start to finish, production, video. Summer Walker was quite quiet this year, as we kind of know. She was quite quiet, you know, bubbling along.
She released something the following year, isn't it?
Exactly, the following year she did. So when she came out this single, we already knew we had expectations with Summer Walker, and she came through and delivered. And when it comes to heartbreak and love, Summer Walker, she's no
Her and Cesar.
Her heart is broken.
When it comes to toxic R&B, her and Cesar by far.
That fuck memories.
Yeah. But it's good though, I can't lie, bro. It's good.
Have you in your feelings, man. You don't even have to be in your feelings to understand the type of music she's doing.
It's true.
As soon as you see Heart of a Woman, you know what I'm in for.
When you look at the cover for that single as well, you look at it thinking, yeah, you know we got it.
What's the cover?
Have you not seen the cover?
I've seen the cover.
She's, you know, black, she's in front of, you know, it's just giving that toxic love, like, you know,
90s R&B.
We're taking it back. It just gives me that vision of when you used to sing in the rain and it's taking me, throwing me back for sure, man. I feel like so that's definitely my single. And then Leon Thomas. A lot of people probably falling on Leon Thomas. If you don't know, please get to know.
So that's your album of the year, yeah?
Album of the year. Okay. That's what we've flown over to. Leon Thomas. It's an album that kind of surprised me, to be fair. Cause
he's the guy with Nickelodeon, isn't it? Is that him?
There you go.
Oh, okay.
It's a very good album, though.
Very, very, very good album.
I almost made my list, though.
Sleeper, once again, there wasn't an album I expected. It's the type of albums we do, listen to music, and once I listened to it, I thought, oh, okay, what are we playing with it? Went through it again. And the song that kind of stole it for me was Mux, obviously. Big song. And why was I introduced to Mr. Leon Thomas? Probably a couple of years back where he had a tune.
He's been producing for a lot of people as well.
He's been producing for a lot of people, but he's had, I can't remember what the song is. But
or someone?
And he's had a song with another UK artist, the Sudanese guy. I've had him on the list as well. El-Manay. I hope I'm not butchering your name, my friend, man. El-Manay, but this album, it came through, like Jay was saying, no skips. No skips, from production to the features, to lyrics, just the music itself. It's good music that you can bop your head to and you're
cruising. R&B wise, And he's just very versatile with his tone of voice and how he kind of plays with the lyrics as well, plays on the beat. So listen, good music this year, man, but he had to make it 110%.
I hear that. So yeah, moving on to me, man. So obviously my song of the year. Yes, this is what you all came for. This is why I went last. This is why I went last. They saved the best till last. You understand what I'm saying? See how I purposely did that? You get me? So listen, this artist is somebody that I tried to sign at my previous job, and let me be also 100, yeah. So for me, if I was able to sign him, J Hus. And I was trying to, do a label deal with Forever Living Originals, which is the label that Little Sims, Cleo Soul are on. You understand? So, at one point in time, I was in conversations with all three. And for me, if I had signed, if you asked me, Henry, if you only had the opportunity to sign one, who would you sign? It would be Odile. Do you understand? Because for me, he's one of the coldest UK artists out right now. Like, this guy has taken the world by storm, and Odile's not he's not a new artist. He's been grinding for a minute now. Understand? But yeah, his music is just A1, like A1. To be honest with you, I could have had 4 Odile songs on my list, and every one of them could have been my song of the year. So obviously we have Soul, which ended up being on my list of my song of the year. You had On Me, which he released earlier this year. I think he dropped like an EP and he dropped an album this year. And so On Me was on the EP. And then he recently dropped an album or mixtape, however you want to call it. And there's a song that has made Zen's list. It's called Blame You. So that also could have been on my list because that's a big tune. And then there's another track as well that I'm forgetting. But the point of the matter is he could have had 4 songs, or I could have had 4 Odile songs on my list. He's had a phenomenal year, and he's only gonna get better. He's recently signed to Summer Walker's label in America. So when we were in discussions, it was between my ex-distribution company and Summer Walker's label, which is LVRN. It's the same label that Six Black's on as well.
Wow.
Yeah. So they have a sub-label under Interscope. So obviously he decided to, take it that way. And obviously he had a feature recently with Summer Walker on his album. But yeah, he's only gonna get better from here, man. I mean, he is just, like I said, one of the coldest. He dibbles and dabbles in obviously Afro beats, R&B. Like, this guy can do it all. If this guy wanted to rap, he probably could rap. You understand? And endorsement. And what is scary is the fact that Odile's only like 22, 23.
Oh, young.
He is young, and his work rate is just something I've never seen before, bro. This guy, I was gonna say this nigga. This nigga Odile, yeah, like he. Every year for the past 5-6 years, he's released something.
That's crazy.
Like, his work rate is incredible, man. And I've heard people that have, been in the studio with him, and they tell me that anytime they're in the studio with Odile, he literally blows them away. You understand? And obviously, he's collaborated with the likes of K-Trap.
I mean, that's what helped him got signed, isn't it? Now.
Yeah, well, yeah, like
work rate.
work rate, 100%. And obviously people see the numbers as well. Like he's got like 5 million Spotify listeners.
Oh, okay. What, a month?
A month.
That's painful.
5 million Spotify listeners. 5 million monthly Spotify listeners.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just and when you think about it, he's definitely one of the highest streamed UK artists.
And he's independent, isn't he?
And now he's signed to.
Nice. Before he was independent.
Yeah, before he was independent. He only did one deal with Warner back in the day, but that was like a single deal, I think, or an EP deal. But yeah, he's been relatively independent for for the whole of his career. So yeah, it's only gonna get bigger and better for Odile, man. And like I said, man, just bang after banger. Like he is guaranteed to release 1, 2, 3 bangers in the year. You understand? Guaranteed. Guaranteed, bro. So now moving on to my album of the year, like, I'm gonna go with WIZKID, Morayo, Wizzy Baby. And I can't even lie, listen, for me, WIZKID redeemed himself because More Love Less Ego, which was his previous album, I mean, it wasn't a shit album,
I enjoyed parts of it, but I felt like it was
too horny.
Yeah. No, it was horny.
Is that with the purple cover?
Yeah, that's with the purple cover. Yeah.
And I just wanted to fuck. More loveless ego. I don't care if you upset me. Let's get into it.
Yeah, like for WIZKID FC, which I'm a part of, it was kind of disappointing. Coming off the back of obviously Made in Lagos, which
was this big breakthrough, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a classic. That's a classic. So I felt like WIZKID kind of rushed that album, and it kind of showed because I felt like some of the songs were a bit too, as these men are saying,
too horny,
but repetitive.
Yeah, it was quite a quick release.
It was like
he's been releasing like an album for 1 or 2 years.
It just felt like a B-side Made in Lagos. It felt like tracks that were, just placed on the album because maybe they weren't good enough to make Made in Lagos, or you know what I'm saying. Like they just sounded like B-sides basically. Yeah, but Weezy kind of redeemed himself, in my opinion, in a big way with Mariah. And listen, I'll go as far as to say that I'm struggling to choose between Made in Lagos and Mariah,
You might be the only. You might be the only.
And do you know? No. But listen. First of all, First of all, Wiz himself said this is his best album, innit? And when he said that, no. When he said that, I was skeptical. I was like, no, like Wiz, like. This is before I heard the album, by the way. So I said, nah, this would be very hard to top Made in Lagos, because Made in Lagos, like I said, it's a classic album, innit? You feel me? So I felt like Weezy was just saying it, just to say it, just to get everybody hyped for this new album. But when I actually listened to the album, and I played it from back to front, bro.
And it's skippable. Is it skippable?
It's not skippable for me.
No.
I think it's skip still.
I agree.
Well, see, music is the thing. You understand? Music
You know what, guys? We listen, we don't judge.
Yeah.
Today we listen and we judge.
No. For me, like, I don't know. I just felt like, just in terms of the replay value, it had as much to me as Made in Lagos. Like, like that's for me, innit? So I started thinking about it, and I was like, do you know what? Nah, cool. Let me just listen to both of these albums side by side.
To be honest, he got 2 controversial takes, or he added 2 albums that I think we both disagree with, which was the WIZKID one we disagreed a little bit, and Kendrick Lamar. So it's an interesting discussion to be had. Fair enough. I do agree with you on Made in Lagos. I think it's a good album, but I don't think it's amazing.
I think it's amazing, but I'm saying like, why can't Mariah be
better?
Or why can't I think that Mariah is better? Yeah. Am I just giving Made in Lagos the edge because of the nostalgic factor?
Fair enough.
Do you see what I'm saying? So that's when I had to kind of sit down with myself. And again, I haven't made my final decision.
On that.
Yeah. So I might end up saying, you know what, Made in Lagos is better.
But
for me,
you've made your decision.
No. I haven't solidified it.
You mentioned it.
No. I said, but like potentially it could be. You know what I'm saying?
He said it.
Are we backtracking?
No, I'm not backtracking. Talk with your chest. Listen, I'm not backtracking, I'm just letting you man know where it is, isn't it? Yeah? That's my final decision, yeah? But they're side by side right now.
It's fair, because I think you're the only person that actually Linda, my younger sister, she really likes the album as well.
Yeah.
But you two, especially you really like this album.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And the fact that it was produced by P2J, do you understand? I think
was he?
He's a UK producer, but it's very good, very good. You understand? Like, obviously, he's done some stuff with Huss. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's a very good producer, and he's making his name for himself. So I think the entirety of the album was produced by P2J. So
and there's live instruments.
Live instruments, like the production is very good, very good. And I understand what these men are saying in terms of there's some songs that WIZKID's talking about sex, but that's WIZKID, isn't it? You understand what I'm trying to say?
I can't get past it.
It gets
so repetitive. And it's not that interesting.
It's like 10 or 50 cents to stop talking about gangster shit.
Nah, but
it's not
past it.
It
gets so repetitive. And it's not that interesting.
It's like 10 or 50 cents to stop talking about gangster shit.
Nah, but
it's like 10 or 50 to stop talking about gangster. It's true, bro.
You know what? 50 Cent is a gangster. You look at his lifestyle.
No.
WIZKID ain't no porn star.
No. He's making songs about love. What are you talking about? He's making songs about love, bro. He's making the same the same Summer Walker that you're hyping up, yeah? The same Summer Walker. Doesn't she make love music? Doesn't she talk about sex? No, doesn't she talk about sex?
In the way WIZKID does.
Doesn't she talk about sex?
In the way
When has Summer Walker been introspective? At least I can say on this album, yeah, I can name you 2 tracks that Wiz is being introspective and he's talking about his mum. Pray, which is the last track, and track number 1, Trouble Mind.
So track number 1 and the last one.
No. And there's a couple more as well. And even in Made in Lagos as well. You understand? That album's not all about sex.
Yeah, no. It's very different. No, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah,
it's just that for me, and also with the production is good, but I just feel like I'm not getting much different. I want something different. But again, I respect your opinion in it. Because we all got our opinion in it. So if that's your favorite album, that's fair. That's fair enough.
Yeah, and obviously just the fact that my one last point, just the fact that obviously WIZKID, you know, some of the features that he got on this album, I feel like all of the features.
You like that French artist,
yeah, and even and there's Karo on Slow.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he got Brett Frias, Piece of My Heart.
He did, yeah.
So this is what I'm saying. Like the features were really strong. They're really strong, you know. Yeah. So that's for me. You know, that gave an indication that WIZKID was actually locked in. More Left, Less Ego, he wasn't locked in, do you know what I'm saying? But this album, he was locked in, and yeah, shout out to Wiz every single time. Right. You know? This is the part of the segment where we talk about any honourable mentions that we had on that didn't make our list. So Zenz, I'm gonna start with you, man. Were there any honourable mentions?
I think 3 albums here was you.
Okay.
3 albums that I kind of struggled to put in. But I had a reason not to put them in, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Compared to the albums I put in.
I'll go with Rhapsody's Please Don't Cry.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you like Rhapsody albums. You too.
Yeah.
Was that on your list?
Yeah, it was on my list.
Okay, it was on your list. Yeah, you really like that.
Cold album, very cold album. I feel like it just lacked in certain aspects for me compared to the albums I put out there, where once again I want an album that has no skips, start to finish. I understand the story. I know where we're going at with the story itself. Cold artist, Rhapsody's
amazing rapper.
Cold. Not one of our best albums, but a fantastic, very good album indeed. So I thought that was one of the albums that was up there. Pot of Paper, going back to the UK. What was it called? Thanks for Hating. Big album.
Thanks for hating. Thank you and well done.
The cockiness even from the title of the album itself, man. After features, from start to finish, I think it was a good album once again as well. It could have made my list. Not when I was playing with, because I think I had about 20. I can't even lie to you when it came to albums. I'm not gonna lie to you. Because 2024, I feel like Jay mentioned in the teaser before, good year of music, amazing year of music. And I say my third one, if you're a French listener, you listen to French music, you'll know about TYLA and Daju, and they had an album called Heritage. Crazy album, and they done like a whole world tour as well. That album from start to finish as well, cold. They had even little snippets of intervals of famous footballers and so forth that were on the album, like Samuel Eto'o and so forth, and Valier Poupa. Crazy album. The French listeners, you'll know. TYLA, Daju, big guys. So, but once again, it's an album which it was cool, but once again, I couldn't have put it on the album in my top 10. But those are the 3 I'll probably say just about missed my top 10.
So obviously, I'll kind of take the baton. So for singles, even though this album was on my list, the singles I thought were excellent, and they can count themselves.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, to not make this list, and it's what's it called? It's Gets Double Standards featuring Sampha. I mean that track, boy.
Oh yeah,
that track, is
yeah, that's a good shout actually. That's a good shout.
Very good.
It's an interesting social commentary, isn't it?
Yeah, and obviously Jay's bedroom, and shout out to RK, man. Shout out to
the production, for
shout
RK.
Shout out to RK and shout out to Emil, who obviously co-produced the record, man. Like very great tune, man. Definitely, man. Definitely one of the best tracks in UK artists has produced this year. So yeah, they can count themselves very unlucky
to not make this list. On to albums now. So I think Zenzman said this when it was his turn, but Put a Paper, Thanks for Hating. That project got released probably at the start of the year.
It's around February. I think.
Yeah, around February. But it was a great project, man. It was very close to making my actual list in it. And obviously Potter, yeah. Obviously,
people love Potter. I still need to get into him. You know,
yeah, he's very good, man.
Very
you know,
good
one of the best the UK has to offer. Yeah, for real. And you know, he's coming off the back of his album, the one that he did with Def Jam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think that was released 2023.
Oh.
Yeah, so again, see how we didn't do a list for 2023. If we did a list, that album
would have made it.
Yeah, it was a fantastic album, and yeah, obviously Potter has followed it up with another great tape, and he actually released another tape like a month ago.
He's working overtime
because now obviously he's fully independent.
Oh really?
Yeah, he left Def Jam. And
Now his situation is weird, man.
He left Def Jam, and he actually has a distribution deal with EGA. And another tape, again, Zenzman had this on his actual final list, is Leon Thomas Smart. You know,
as an R&B lover, what do you say about it?
As an R&B lover, as a fellow R&B lover, like that tape, like Zenzman said, it actually surprised me. Because I didn't really know too much about Leon Thomas, and I didn't even know he used to be on Nickelodeon. And I think I ever only heard one other tune from him. So this tape surprised me, and I caught on to the tape late. I can't even lie, but I listened to it and I was like, wow. Like I was kind of blown away in it, you know. And I remember he did like a live performance of Mark, the actual single, and boy, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of, like when I first obviously caught wind of Miguel.
Oh, okay.
That's
a big statement. He's making a lot of big statements. He's making a lot of big statements.
Do you know, in a few years you could be made to be a genius or a madman. Listen,
back then when I was backing Miguel and Kevin, you understand?
Yeah.
What happened, bro?
Yeah. Let's go.
You know what? I hear it.
What happened, bro?
I hear it.
Let's go.
Man, this man Miguel in it, and I feel like he can follow that same trajectory because he's got everything that Miguel has or had. Yeah, for sure.
Whole artist,
very like when I heard him play live, because obviously he plays the
instruments.
Yeah, and like his voice.
What label is he on?
I think he's on Sony. I think so.
So he's got potential probably to blow up and commercialize it. That's one of the big barriers.
He's definitely got that potential, man. So yeah, I'm just excited to hear more stuff from Leon Thomas. Another one on my honourable mentions list is Bashi.
Being poor is expensive.
Being poor is expensive. Now, I think out of all the honourable mentions that I have here, this one surprised me the most. But I did not see this coming.
It surprised everybody.
Like, Bashi's never really been someone for me that, you know.
Even from Brandeis.
Yeah, even from Brandeis, like he's cool in it, but he's not one of the standouts.
Especially to produce a body of work.
Yeah, at this stage in his career, like, I thought he was done.
Acting.
Acting. I thought he was done with the music thing. Like, and listen, like, honestly, I was shocked. I was like, where has this come from, bro? You see what I'm saying? Like, that album is very...
It's a good...
respectable. Like,
respectable album.
It's a very respectable album, and it's very easy to listen to. And yeah, man, some of Bashi's rapping on the album as well.
It's really good.
It's really good. Like,
add on to that, is that what we've done with your... Add to that, Bashi's definitely on my honourable list as well. And it's the social commentary is really sort of strong as well. You know, specifically being black, you know, growing up in the ends in the UK as well, fam. And Bashi's been interesting because he's been doing loads of these acting. That's also about race as well, more about, being Jamaican, like a lot of the TV. So it's not until I heard albums, okay, cool, like from the start that he's been acting and it's stuff that he's rapping about, it kind of makes sense why he's doing this. But yeah, this is a very personal album, and my God, I think Earthstrong for me is probably one of the greatest rap records I've ever heard. I swear, bro.
Another big statement. Another big statement. You listen to one song, you're like, it's the best song I've ever heard in my life.
Listen.
Go on.
Listen to the reason why I'm saying this. I've heard a lot of rap songs, but I think what he does is so beautifully about Earthstrong is that he's being personable. He's talking about what it is to like lose, like what it is to see your parent lose a parent, and what's that going to do towards him. He's talking about mental health, and he's doing it.
Not the only artist that's done that, by the way.
No, many artists have done that, but I think he's done it in a way with like folk instrumental that make it grounded to the earth. So the themes that he's talking about matches perfectly the instrumentation as well. And it's easy, one of my favorite. I put it on my list, it was one of my favorite songs. If it wasn't Continuum 3, that might have been my favorite record of the year.
Can I just say something so far? We're halfway through the decade.
Yeah.
Is that in your decade list?
It would be, yeah, it would be. 100%. Earthstrong 100% would be. 100%. That's a 100%.
You know what? I hear it. You might have to think about that first.
No, like
Going through all of those songs from 2020 to now.
Come on, bro.
It's only been like 4 years. 100. You know what? But also for me, I just don't add anything. Like I struggle really much to add. I'm being serious, and I feel like being poor is expensive. All of it is not necessarily a great album, kind of a bit repetitive, but there is like Earthstrong is just like what can you say about that? Like for me, it's a phenomenal song.
Can I ask all of you man a question?
I feel like there's a theme going on right now where a lot of the older statesmen.
We had a conversation, me and Zed, and that's what I was saying about Scorcher. Scorcher right now is doing interesting things, and that goes on to who also is on my honourable list mention. He would have been in it, but I only have 10 slots in it. And it's Fresh Free 2.
Yes.
That's it. With Fresh Free 2, 1 minute of silence and then 2 minutes of silence. Bro, Fresh Free 2, kind of like me and Henry, we'll be talking about this with Fresh Free 2. It seems like, where's the classic? Where's the classic?
Yes, yeah.
I think Kano just about got close to did it with that brilliant album 2019. Yes. Amazing, that 2021 album. Yeah. And I feel like Fresh Free 2, it's got the ability to do it. And with 1 minute and 2 minute silence as well. Again, social commentary with both of those records there as well. I think that we are on the prefaces, we'll possibly be able to see Fresh Free 2 producing something amazing. It was an honourable mention list, but if I had more spaces, I would have put them.
And just touch on Rest real quick. Like he also released that track with Little Sims, which was another single that's coming.
I need to hear that. That was like 2 weeks ago, isn't it?
Maybe like a month ago or 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Very, very good single. So yeah, it seems like Rich is.
He's cooking, man.
He's cooking.
He's
cooking.
Alright, Jay, how about you, bro? Like any honourable mentions?
The list is lengthy. The list is lengthy.
Yeah,
you know, for me, I feel like rap music was amazing this year. So my list is majority rap, but there definitely were a few singles that I'd like to suggest. Somewhere on a couple of the Mandem's list. They didn't make my list because my list, as you know, is quite an elite list. So let's start. Freddie Gibbs, we were discussing this off camera. For me, amazing album. Freddie can rap, the bars are barring. I just prefer Freddie when he's locked in with one producer. For me, locked in with one producer, Madlib, Alchemist, you can just, it's just so cohesive and it's so smooth. So
I think he's got something coming.
He does.
With Madlib.
He's got another one with Madlib. It's not called Bandana. It's something else.
Yeah, I know what.
He's got another one with Madlib. It's not called Bandana. It's something else.
Yeah, I know what.
And he's got another one with Alchemist as well. So he's got two coming. So I'm excited.
You know what? Yeah.
No, I'm excited as well.
Quite excited.
That's one thing about Freddie. Freddie actually is similar to Pusha T but different. He raps about coke a lot. Cocaine.
I feel like at least he's more personable. He's more vulnerable. And Pusha T, there's no vulnerability.
He know. The themes are vulnerable. And I'm gonna make sure the themes know. The themes know. Second one, single I went with Mutt. I like the original and the remix with
And the remix.
The
original side.
Rema's album, I'll be real with you. I didn't expect it when I listened to it.
That was on your list, isn't it?
His single was
on the album.
But not the album. The album, when I listened to it, I was like, bruh, I'm hearing electronic. I'm hearing all different types of sounds I didn't expect.
That's why.
So he's growing as an artist.
He's growing as an artist, and it's interesting because a lot of his fan base are trying to say he's getting a bit too devilish. He's getting a lot of interesting imagery. You get it? Interesting imagery.
Who did that as well? There's loads of artists that always like Doja Cat. That would be the Alice for her first album was playing into that.
Yeah, she was there when Demons Asleep. But for me, sonically, I'm here for it, and I'd love to see his growth. One artist that I never expected to be on my list this year, Chief Keef. Almighty soul.
I've been hearing a lot about this
Bro,
album. Really?
man, them listen to
Yeah,
You sent me one record as well, which is actually quite good as well.
When I say
Mr. Sosa himself.
Mr. Sosa himself,
He's grown, you know. He's grown a lot.
so much. And what has impressed me is when I found that he produced all of the tracks.
Oh,
I
wow.
was like, what?
Sosa.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Samples.
So it's not with Young Chop anymore.
Young Chop is in prison, tripping
Young
out,
Chop.
man. Young Chop lost his mind,
I'm
bro.
gonna have to take a listen
Bro,
to that,
take Almighty So too. When I say it was so close to getting to my list, it was so close.
And he's got rid of all the gangs. He's not. He's just fully locked in on
Fully
rhythm.
Oh, so it's fully changed.
Yeah. He's living in LA. Yeah. He's like completely.
What's it about though? What do you get? What's the theme of the?
The theme of the album is still like on. It's not gang shit,
Yeah.
but it's more hype. Like I'm here. It's more self-confidence.
Okay.
It's more like self-confident. It's more talking about him as not even him as a man. Let's be real, man. He's still talking that shit, but he's not talking about gunning man. It's not drill music.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna say. It's not drill. It's more rap than drill.
Alright.
You man definitely need to listen to that one. An album also that was on my honourable ones is Never Liked You. I feel like that was
By who?
Metro and Future.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That was there. There was a lot of good songs on there, which I was a
I
fan
don't know what
of.
to say about that one, to be honest.
Yeah, you really gonna do that, right?
Yeah.
Had a couple of tunes.
Listen, that was one of my. But listen, we'll get to
Anyway,
that.
we'll get to that one. Kevin, the artist, Arouge Aftab.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hey, you man,
It's
let's
good
go on
album.
that one. I want to see what she's saying.
Yeah,
Listen
she's
to it,
really.
man.
Bro, I'll be honest with you, I'll be real. I only found her through Pitchfork, bro. I was going through things and I saw it was highly rated.
That's how and there's no shame.
There's no shame there.
You know what it is? I found out through Pitchfork about Nala Snefro. Look at that. I was looking for the list, and then Space One, London based. I was like, okay, let me change it. And then after that, I was like, why did I not know about it earlier? Like, where? Like, my communication. It's not working.
I know this album's on your list, but Charlie XCX, like I found out that this album supposedly is pretty good. I think it's the highest rated album.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, I was like, you know what? Let me
give it a listen.
Yeah, so
And something like
Man said there's nothing wrong with a publication.
Yeah,
I'm putting you up.
for real.
That's what they're there for.
There's no shame.
There's no shame. Speaking of Charlie, I've got her next on my list as well. Charlie XCX.
Okay.
She's on my honourable mentions. Also Doechii.
Yes.
Doechii, I feel
I'm
like,
surprised you didn't include that on your list.
do you know what? It was close. I feel like this year, cause obviously that's her EP.
Yeah.
I thought it was an album.
No.
I mean, it's like 23 records or something like that.
Yeah.
And they call that EP.
I still put that as
Yeah,
a.
that's the same as well. I'm like,
23 tracks on your cluster that EP.
Yeah.
Technically, it's not though. So what I'm saying, technically. So I feel like,
and I'm not here.
technically, I'm a bicycle. But what I'm saying is, when her album comes, then I feel like I'll have a time to be like, okay, cool.
Oh, fair
She'll
enough.
get on the list. Also, something that's on my honourable mentions: Drake Family Matters.
Okay.
Family Matters by Drake.
As a
Fair enough.
single.
Fair enough. That was a good diss track still.
I'll be honest with you. If that was any other artist, it would have killed it. It would have killed
100,
it.
100, I believe that.
If you bear in mind 3 different beat changes,
Yeah.
he wasn't just focused on Kendrick.
Yeah.
He's focused on 7 different people.
Yeah.
When he did that, I was impressed.
It's how I felt about Duppy. You know Duppy freestyle.
Yeah.
Any other person,
Finish.
he would have been.
If that was big,
Obviously, unfortunately, unfortunately, Drake's come up against 2 elite MCs, isn't it?
Let's be real, they baited him, he fell for the bait, and they destroyed him.
Yeah.
Both of them, but Family
Man,
Matters
it's a good diss track still.
it's a good diss track. Also, it's been mentioned as well, Glorilla.
Yeah, she's a man.
Give her an honourable mention as well.
Okay.
My guy.
You as well.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
You have to listen.
Listen to it. That gangster bitch music, fam.
I mean, I've listened to it.
Listen. When people pick themselves back up, it's very powerful.
But
like she was going down.
I've listened to it, and I think it's.
No, fair enough.
But I had 2 records from it.
See?
The one with Lotto.
Yeah.
And then there was another
yeah.
one.
Yeah, Sexy Red.
No.
Bro, you man, listen to the one where she sampled Boozy. Oh, Wipe Me Down.
Yeah.
Trust me. You man, listen to it
I
again.
hear it.
She came for the dust. Another one for me, Millions, man. UK rapper.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay.
Bro, when I say his album, was very much slept on this year, but it's a solid piece of work, man.
It was very much
Very much solid piece of work, and he's very good at picking up. He worked with Mozzie in America, Blaine Brown. He worked with a lot of.
He's
big
been
artists.
quite quiet, isn't it? I feel like there's a period of time where he was like up here and then
He's kind of like slowed down.
Yes.
I don't know what's going on. I don't like the way that they pushed out the album. It didn't really get the amount of traction it should have got, but really good. last two people, I've got Sir Heavy.
Okay, yes. Oh, do you know what?
That should have made my honourable mentions because I forgot about that.
Bro, basically you can add
That was Sir Heavy.
I say
the rapper.
no, the singer.
Yeah, TDE.
Oh, okay, I was confused with the rapper.
That one there, a lot of those tracks I thought were incredible. He speaks about a lot of different things, like talking to his son, talking to his wife. Like, that's one thing that I like about
I'll give you that
Sir.
one.
Very introspective, and really, you can talk to him. When he talks on a human level, not a level of an artist who, I'm rich and I'm sad.
This is my story.
This is my story.
Listen to it.
Listen to it right now. He's really talking and conflicting. And my last one, Caliuches.
Okay,
That was a law publications list as well.
Yeah.
The Spanish one, isn't it?
Yeah, the Spanish one.
That was a good album as well.
Really good
I'll add that to my list as well. Yeah.
But that's me.
Okay,
Good list.
that's sick. That's sick.
Guys, man, moving on to the third segment. So we're gonna have a little discussion about 2024. You know what I mean? How music was in 2024. Just a brief recap. I know a lot of things happened in 2024.
It was one of the most active music years that I can think of, man. A lot of things happened. So yeah, like we're just gonna have a little discussion on where 2024, you know, is in terms of just in terms of the decade so far. I know we're only 5 years into the new decade, innit? But
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Yeah. But like, you know, just be interesting to hear from every man to think where 2024 sits. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it first?
So far, it's the best. So far, it's the best.
You think, what, in this decade?
It holds.
I feel like in all genres as well.
Yeah, all
That's how
genres.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's gone so crazy.
That's
If you're talking from
interesting.
your rap to your hip hop to your soul to your jazz to your gospel to your brother. When I say every single genre you go into, I think there's been some heavy hitters.
I feel like when the year began for me, I struggled a little bit and it only picked up a bit later for me. Then I started to get some few stuff. Maybe, I don't know, I need to look back and think about years.
I'm going to tell you why it's what you're saying is cap. Well, like we've done these end of year lists probably twice.
Yeah.
There's years where you even struggle to finish 10.
That is true.
And this year, there's all of us, there's more, more people we could have added onto the list.
But I feel like, you could be right. I just need to look back at it.
Maybe the other years I picked albums that from start to finish I think are amazing. But then I don't feel like it was like, you know what, there's certain years in music where you're like, this album amazing, this album amazing, this album amazing, this album amazing. I don't think I've had a year where every album that I like is amazing throughout.
I think it's
quite rare, isn't it?
It's been saturated a lot this year. We've had a lot of honourable moments.
Yeah.
Lots of albums and singles that have come out. So with me, like, I've got a bit of amnesia right now.
I need to look back. You might could be right. I just need to look back.
But you know what I think it is as well, I think a lot of artists, they act like they don't do it, but they do it. They look at who's gonna drop and they're like, let me hold off. Let me hold off. Let me not drop because so and so is dropping.
I feel like.
Oh wait. But you know what it is? I feel like this year no one held off.
Yeah.
People were dropping. People like, okay, so and so is dropping. Cool, I'm a drop.
Facts.
I'm a drop. It don't matter.
I feel like unless you're chasing charts and stuff like that, you don't care about that stuff.
You say that, but
it's a bit unnecessary.
It has an influence. It has an
It's
influence. It's crazy to admit that it doesn't have an influence.
The thing is, because if the album is dead, it's gonna be dead.
I hear it, but it's still influence. Because I remember there was a Friday, I can't remember when, but there was music galore. My list of what I had to listen to was
there
sometimes you gotta listen to it one day.
I'm trying to take the previous album. It's crazy, man.
I hear it.
It's been a good year though, man. I think it's been a good year. And plus genres that you even put out there that a lot of people might not even know about. I think it's been a good year for a lot of underground artists.
Yeah,
it's been a good year for artists that probably needed a little comeback, a little je ne sais quoi to kind of show what they're about. And plus new genres and new music that people don't even know about, full stop. WIZKID, we got TYLA, the French artist that featured on one of his songs, bringing a lot of people over to the French scene. And I've mentioned that a lot, but that scene is booming when it comes to music. The numbers are stupid.
And to add to that as well, I think UK jazz has had a good year because Louis Garcia, I can't say your name properly, and Nas and Efra have come out with two to put UK jazz at the forefront. So
it's been a good year.
And rap music has been.
Rap music, and do you know what? Yeah, arguably, and this
and dance as well.
And dance as well, but this has been coming for a long time. UK R&B has taken over US R&B.
And 100% has, because a lot of the UK artists now have actually ventured over in America.
Wow.
Like the likes of Bella, obviously, you know, I had discussions with Bella about doing a deal, and their management told me that, you know, they're in America currently, you know, looking to obviously make things happen over there.
Jazz Carrots is over there.
Jazz Carrots is over there now, you understand?
Oh, wow.
Shea Universe, you know, Odil's now there.
Yeah.
There's a couple others, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of the UK artists, Flow, you understand Flow?
I definitely do feel like in terms of music, and maybe we're being biased because we're here, but I feel like in terms of music, I'm seeing a lot of UK people push boundaries, try new things, experiment a lot. But like even some of the biggest artists that we're talking about on this, Charlie X, everyone forgets she's from the UK.
Dua Lipa,
like a lot of these people are from the UK, and a lot of them are doing really, really well. But then also, like we were talking about in terms of like even pop. Like we got our Billie Eilish's, our Sabrina Carpenter's.
Sabrina's had a strong year.
One of the strongest. Bro, as soon as you get industry plant accusations, you're doing well.
Bro. You're doing well. Yeah, no,
You want more of that.
You want more of that. Even us, call us plants.
We are plants.
Jay, you're right. Like
In pop music, obviously, Ariana Grande released something this year.
She did.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift,
Bro, Taylor Swift. Right now, she's 7 times platinum.
Brother, 1 year.
1 year, 7 times platinum.
She's untouchable.
And I can't like the album.
She's got one diamond album, but she's got like another 2 that's on the verge of going diamond.
Crazy.
So this is gonna go diamond
Easily.
So that's 4 diamond albums, bro.
And you're so mad about that as well, yeah. Taylor Swift is so strong. She made a song about a pub in Vauxhall. Their business went through the roof. The thing is,
Let's make it make sense.
she has so much influence, bro.
the thing is,
It's cult following, man. People are locked into a cult.
Literally.
Listen, Taylor Swift, remember, 2019 up until Folklore, and then the one after that, amazing music. But I think the recent few has just been mid, to be honest.
Bro, she makes music for girls who just want to sing.
Simple.
I just woke up and had a coffee.
Wow, I had a coffee.
Yes. So yeah, like Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande, Sabrina Carpenter.
Even though it's not pop, Beyonce.
Yeah. Beyonce had a Cover Car is a good album. Very good album.
I'm gonna be honest though, I'm starting to be a bit questionable about Beyonce.
Thank you very much.
I'm like, is he moving like Thanos and just going to every genre? Like, I'm going for dance.
It's giving me a bit of Drake.
It's giving.
But she's doing it at a high
level.
There's an excuse.
No, it's not.
You know how hard it. Do you know how many
very hard.
artists that they are that done the crap album?
It's true.
To do a great album being a pop artist is like very hard.
It's very hard.
I think it's harder than actually being in a genre and doing great music.
Because remember, this whole Beyonce run started from Beyonce, the self-titled album.
2013.
It started from there, bro.
No, 100%.
It started from there.
I'm saying from Beyonce, Lemonade, Calm. I'm all cool with that. What's the one after Lemonade?
Renaissance.
That's the dance one.
Yeah. Alright, very good.
From Renaissance, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Have you gone bang to bang? It makes sense, I can understand, but like
because of the people she's working with, bro.
Which makes absolute sense. But for me,
I love it.
It's very.
I
love
it still.
It's a lot of artists have done the same thing as well. Do you know
But
what
she's doing it at a
High level.
It's not
High
level, bro.
It's not that.
You listen.
You got to be recognised as an artist and where your name is.
Listen, she can make, I don't know, African village music.
Yeah.
Anything bad.
No, which you did.
Bro,
it was good, bro.
It wasn't at high level.
I said it was good.
No, it was not high level.
It wasn't at high level. It was good though.
No, listen, my point is simple. Make whatever you want to make as long as it's good.
Yeah.
No, you man are not clocking. She's respectfully but disrespectfully. She's going for easy genres.
Yes.
She's going for easy genres.
Dance music's not easy,
bro. Dance music, I can't even lie to you. With the right producers, anyone can do it.
That's not
Many done it.
No genre is easy, bro.
Listen, country music, easy as well.
No genre
Hold on. Nelly did it, but he didn't do it at a high level. Nelly. When he nearly did the country album.
That's
That's what I'm saying, bro. They did it at a high level. Bro, that's one single. We're talking about an album, bro. You understand?
Came and shot the album.
No, was it at a high level? It wasn't at a high
Is she a
level.
colonizer?
It wasn't at a high level.
Is Beyonce a colonizer? Is she a colonizer? Is she a colonizer?
Beyonce is from Texas, bro.
Is she a colonizer?
Beyonce is a country girl, bro.
Is she a colonizer?
She was born and raised in Texas, bro.
Is she a colonizer?
She was, bro. She has, bro. She's,
It's K Michelle, not a
she has country
country
roots,
It's
bro.
K Michelle, not a country girl.
I don't know, bro. You tell me. I don't know.
She's from the
South.
She's from the South.
Listen, you're saying K Michelle, yeah. K Michelle, she didn't, bro. She didn't.
Listen.
It's because K Michelle,
Listen, you cannot bring Nelly into this.
No, that album has been out for more than 20 plus years,
Bro.
No one mentioned it as a great album.
Bro.
My point is, country music is easy. That was the point we were trying to make.
It's not, man.
I don't think
it's
so.
not. It's not easy.
Quality artists.
It's not easy, bro.
K Michelle don't
It's
work
not
with
easy,
man.
bro. Think about it. Think about it.
For it to be, you know what?
Come on.
You know what?
But
It was good
For
music.
quality artists jumping into country.
Is K Michelle's country album at a high level?
Yes.
Not capping, bro.
I think you're
I
the only one with that opinion.
Bro, you're the only one, bro. You're the only one, bro.
Country girl.
That's like,
You know what I'm saying?
She's a country girl. Because Beyonce is Beyonce, she's got quality. Over K Michelle, Beyonce.
Do you know what? I made a comparison with Drake. Drake is hopping on with different genre, but my God, it's boring to listen to his album as well. Sequencing can be poor, very repetitive, and also it's not catchy enough record as well.
honestly, Nevermind wasn't that bad.
Okay, yeah, but it was not amazing. I didn't like it, but it wasn't amazing.
Why did you like the Beyonce Renaissance? What was it about that?
No, Renaissance was a good album. Renaissance
So it was in a high level.
You know, Renaissance for me, I gave it a 7 out of 10.
For me, it's a high level.
Yeah, for me, I gave it a 7 out of 10. Renaissance.
So what about the Afrobeat album?
That's a soundtrack, bro. That's a soundtrack.
I'm not. Listen,
It's a soundtrack. There's some good tunes on it.
I like
My point is, from Lemonade, amazing.
Yes.
From Renaissance, very good.
What is she doing now? She's gone from dance to country. What's next?
Yeah, because remember,
Anything you want, Beyonce. Anything you want.
No, because notice, I was saying in one of my recent Beyonce videos here that I wanted
Hip hop.
No, that I wanted her to tap into.
Beyonce's bit buzz.
No, I wanted to tap into a neo soul bag.
Well, that would be amazing.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but so
Because do you know what yeah?
She's never done it properly.
She's never done it properly.
Wow.
So this whole thing that she's doing, yeah, it's like a
gimmicky, man.
No, it's a free.
I don't think it's a gimmick.
It's a free album trilogy. So obviously the first.
It was a dance Renaissance.
The first album in this trilogy was the dance one.
Then country.
And like I said, for the third one,
Neo Soul.
Yeah, Neo Soul.
That is an amazing shout.
Because
because you know what? I feel like that also might be one of her most. Even though she's closely aligned and she's got the records that done it. I feel like that will also be one of her most challenging ones. Can she do an album
and I think
that is you know, and also the problem is with Beyonce, I don't think she's political enough, and I think that's what she will fail doing a good Neo Soul.
Neo Soul's not political like that.
No. But I feel like it needs at least.
But deeper, you know, because you know the Cowboy Car album, yeah? I listened to the first 4 records, innit? The first track is political. American, is it Requilibrium or something? She's talking about, like, obviously, how a lot of country artists have been misrepresented and a lot of...
How did you know she's not country?
No, sir. A lot of black country artists have been undervalued.
But I was talking about obviously society rather than
on that track she gets a bit political, bro. So because you know what, she can do it. She can definitely do it. And even on Lemonade, I swear there's a couple.
Yeah, but I just feel like it's more personable rather than what's going on in her life rather than society. But I feel like I see the table. It's more about talking about society. I feel like I'm not sure Beyonce can do it.
I feel like she can do it.
She's very
right for her.
Yeah. No, but obviously on this Cowboy Car album, like I saw.
There is some.
I saw some of the credits and I think Rafal Sadiq, like
Cowboy Car as well.
Yeah, produced like maybe 4 or 5 records and then she worked with the Dream.
Shabusi, bro, you're not serious, man.
Oh no, it's true. You know,
She just jumps everywhere. She even tried the gospel, but that was because of Michelle Williams.
She took it back, man. But I hear what you're saying about neo soul would be the logical thing.
Yeah.
I don't think she's gonna do that. I feel like she's either gonna go
Pop again.
Pop, very, very pop, or I feel like she's gonna do something obscure.
That might be.
I feel, do you know it's she might do Afrobeats, you know. You never know.
She actually might do Afrobeats.
Yeah.
And that actually would make sense.
Yeah, it would make
Neo soul Afrobeats actually
Yeah.
would make
What do
sense.
you think she would like kind of retire? Like besides, you
No,
know,
She'll never retire, bro.
Well, until the sales bit.
Nah,
She
She can't retire. She's got nothing else going on for her.
In terms of world tours, yeah, I think she'll retire pretty soon. But in terms of releasing albums, I think she's got another 4 or 5 years.
I think once the sales start dipping, you will see less releases from her.
Her sales will never dip from. That's one thing.
No. You know what? I can't. Like, I think every great artist, Diana Ross, Janet Jackson, you name them, your sell dip. It's just normal.
But no, it's because they oversaturate. Beyonce doesn't oversaturate. She's very good at that.
Yeah.
She doesn't oversaturate.
We'll see, innit? But I'm 55 years old and you're.
Yeah, but she's still doing very well.
She's doing really well. But
She's not 55.
No. I'm just saying.
When she's 55.
Yeah, once you reach that certain age, and also her work seems to veneer a little bit more in terms of on the sexy side as well. And that also, you know, in reflection to where we are moving as a society as well. So it's interesting to see what direction she's gonna keep on taking.
So you listen to this Cowboy album?
No.
And objectified her?
No, she objectified herself with the album cover. But what I'm trying to say is, I feel the logical conclusion is the sales will dip at a certain point. It happens to everyone. Yeah. Michael Jackson,
they never did.
If they did, for his standards. And he did the whole press conference, remember that? When they dipped, he went 10 times.
It was a conspiracy to get him off the top. You understand? He was trying to bargain for his masters, they tried to kill him!
But yeah, no, but it's interesting, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's fair to say that, you know, there was a lot of genres that did well this year. You know what I'm saying? You know, rap had its moment, you know, especially with the Kendrick and Drake beef. Obviously, that set everything off. And obviously, there were other, you know, little battles this year in rap music. I mean, The Game and the Rick Ross, they had their little thing.
Rick Ross trying to get to the Drake and Kendrick too.
And then Kanye as well.
Yeah, Kanye.
And let's not forget about the half beef J. Cole, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The disgrace.
Yeah,
Disgrace. They even, do you know, if they had a license for rapping, they should revoke it.
They should revoke
it.
Yeah. You know, obviously, yeah. So rap had a very big year. One of the biggest years it's had in recent memory. Then obviously Afrobeats had their moment. Afrobeats had this moment this year as well. The likes of TYLA, you know, who has really broken through into the mainstream. She's setting the world by storm at the moment. I mean, people are calling her the next Rihanna.
It's because she's like.
TYLA's a really talented artist. I think she is next up, like just in terms of like the Afrobeat girlies, you know. She is next up. She does, you know.
I mean, we'll see what she says.
I don't know if you might have listened to her album.
No, it's a decent album.
The one that she released in 2023. It's a good album.
How come you didn't give it an honorable mention?
Funny enough, because it was released in 2023. And 2024 list.
Technicalities.
Yeah. But no, she's coming through. Obviously, Thames had a good year as well. She released her debut album. Obviously, that album was on my list. Ira Star as well. Ira Star, she's doing her thing. Tiwa Savage is there. If you move on to the male artists, Asake, you know, killing it. Wiz, obviously killing it. Burna, Rema. I'm saying there's just a plethora of African artists that are obviously coming into the mainstream.
African or Nigerian?
Oh,
listen.
you know what? I think that's a video for that's a. That's a show for another video.
I mean, obviously,
we can go in deep with that one.
We can go in deep. But just speaking about Ghana, I mean, we have A. Marie. Yeah, she's done really well. Then we have King Promise.
Shout out King Promise.
King Promise.
Black Sheriff as well.
Black Sheriff. Bro, do you know I met him when I was in Kenya? Sorry.
I swear.
King Promise, sorry. Shout out King Promise,
So what was he doing there? You know.
He just did a club appearance.
Okay. So King Promise is doing this thing. But yes, it's mostly Nigerian. And then obviously Tyler, South African. But yeah, man, like, you know, African music is really, you know, it's gearing to take over, man. It's gearing to take over. But yeah, like,
dance music as well. You know, was big this year. So yeah, a lot of big genres, man. You know,
R&B had his little hits as well.
R&B
had a nice little stance. Of,
it did. But yeah, sorry, you finished, bro? Yeah. So yeah, I just want to pose this question to you, man. In your opinion, what was the best genre of this year?
What's the criteria though? Are we talking about like the genre that made the most splash, or
yeah,
the genre that released the best music?
Yeah,
throughout.
I mean, you can obviously combined, obviously like different reasons in it. You know what I mean?
I think in terms of like.
But for you, like you personally,
I think in terms of like impact.
Yeah.
I think hip hop had a very good year.
Yes.
But I think in terms of like great albums, not necessarily so much. Do you get me? It's not like everyone released the classic. Do you get me? But in terms of the beef, in terms of let's say Gorilla coming up, Resurgence, in terms
You
of
keep talking about her, bro.
Listen. I got. You know what? I got to give props when it's due in it. And in terms of like good albums here and then, I think hip hop in there did that well as well. So I don't know. I don't know. I do not know.
That's your answer, bro. It's hip hop, fam. It's hip hop, fam.
I'm like in between like dance, jazz. So dance music.
Who you named apart from Charlie X?
Charlie X is a floating point. I think both them two, but I think just in terms of quality albums, and then jazz, it's only one person really. So I probably will pick hip hop. I won't pick it because of the quality of the album. I'll just pick it because of the.
Because the memorable moment, right? Hip hop gave us memorable moments. Great music, singles, and so forth. But I wouldn't say they get, like you said, they were
not classic albums.
This is why I would say R&B.
What classic R&B album has dropped this year?
Yeah, that's true.
What classic R&B?
We're not talking about classic though. I'm not trying to say classic.
So what are you trying to say?
I'm just trying to say quality albums compared to hip hop albums.
Name me three quality R&B albums.
Quality albums.
Name me three.
It's not an element of naming. It's not an element of naming them.
Yeah.
It's more so what was put out there and what was listening to. Hip hop gave us moments. It gave us memories. Gave us entertainment and laughable things. Like, J. Cole, cool. But when it just came to music and artists putting out, Shea Universe is one that put a nice sort. Was an album? Shea Universe.
Yeah, it was like an album / EP.
Yeah, it was EP. It was a music piece to change that, man. Shea Universe come out with good music. Jazz Carrots came up with a good. That's UK as well. UK done their thing, man.
UK did it.
Leon Thomas, I can talk about. You can go into the French world, the French R&B. Listen, R&B done its thing. Hip hop was good, but it wasn't classic hip hop for me, man. It's not the hip hop I know.
But the thing is, the hip hop you know, are you talking about old school hip hop, or what are you talking about? Because it's a new era, it's a new day.
But as a musical man that loves music, you're gonna compare it to our legends, to the classical moments. We got an album up there, WIZKID Mad City. You know what I'm trying to say? It's hip hop albums. So when you're looking at moments within the music scene, it's fantastic. Entertainment wise, it's good, but there's no classic.
So you're saying you're saying there's no standouts.
There's definitely no standouts.
I think your criteria is basically in terms of the quality of the album. There weren't that many for you in comparison to R&B. That's why R&B is up.
But then also, I feel like one thing that we do need to bear in mind is we're all going to have our biases. So for example, you man are probably going to have a deeper archive when it comes to R&B, when it comes to gospel, when it comes to different
That's your preferred genre.
Where for example, I can name you so many deep cut hip hop albums that were critically acclaimed, that can be considered as almost classics, bro. This year, bro.
Yeah, but once again, it's opinions though.
100%
I understand you saying that.
100% it's opinions, but the reason why I say hip hop is, for me, it's a bit of both. You've got the commercial splashes, but also you've got the quality music for me. I feel like you have, like you said, but obviously apart from the beef, bro, like a lot of the highest selling albums this year are hip hop albums. Like if we take away,
that was surprising because it was almost as if that was not going to be the case. It was people were scared that hip hop
was falling off. Yeah, it was dipping off, and then but this year it's come back. Like obviously apart from like Taylor Swift. She's in her own category. She's her own person. She's doing her own thing.
There's definitely more hip hop albums music that's come out of R&B though.
100. Yeah, because hip hop is probably the top genre, isn't it? In terms of releases.
In terms of releases, it's the top genre for me. But also like the underground stuff. Like when we're talking about like Alchemist has done many collaborations with people. We've got my guy Boldy James, Conductor Williams.
You were boss on that flow as well.
Boss man.
And also, I wonder how he got his name Boss Man, because that's a very much of a UK term, fam. He's like, how do you get that?
I bet it's a down south. Yeah, what's going on, boss man? But like Boss Man Dino, like I feel like we had the holy trifecta in terms of hip hop. We had the commercial songs, we had the ratchet songs / hood songs. And then we also had the conscious song.
Conscious song, yeah.
Yeah, with like Bashi as well.
No, that's fair. And
Brecht as well.
Every single segment of rap and hip hop was fed.
Yeah.
Everyone ate well.
And that's where also I have to agree with Jay. I think rap is the genre of the year. Like I think
For you.
yeah, I think, you know, if I look at how many rap albums are on my personal list, I think there's like 6 rap albums.
Yeah, I think I'm the same.
You know, yeah, like I think I've got like Rhapsody, Gets,
Do you have Doechii as well?
Kendrick, Doechii,
Tyler,
Tyler the Creator, and I think
that's true.
There's one more, so just for that.
We do have a great album this year from rap. Tyler the Creator.
Yeah.
Utopia, yeah. So we do have like outstanding.
And then
G-Next, what was it? G-Next is.
Yeah, and then we have like, so we have, you can say we have like 1 or 2 like
really,
and then we have like great albums underneath that. So all in all, man, I just think like, yeah, rap definitely takes the cake this year, man. I feel like, yeah, like, you know, every sort of facet of rap was fed, you know. Like you said, man, the conscious fans were fed, the ratchet fans were fed, the pure hip hop heads were fed. Like everybody was fed this year.
Yeah, every single department, I see that. I think rap gives you that element to do that. Where
R&B can sometimes be a bit one-dimensional based on.
It's all about love,
the matter,
heartbreak,
subject
finding
matter.
love.
But do you know what I think is what it is with R&B? You have your purists that want the love, and you have the people who don't mind the alternative. They don't mind listening to your Brent Fireses, don't mind listening to other artists where it's like, and other people are like, nah, I'm trying to listen to love. They don't make R&B like they used to make R&B.
I want to fall in love.
I want to fall in love, man. What happened to my jealousy?
Yeah. So
it's true.
Yeah, so yeah, no, so I mean, but yeah, it was a great year for a lot of genres like, you know, rap, Afrobeats, R&B, you know, dance, and but for me personally, rap was the genre of the year. So moving on, slightly on the same topic, I'm gonna sort of flip it to who was your artist of the year. You understand? Who was your artist of 2024?
Wow.
You know what I mean? It's a very hard question, isn't it? You know?
It is very hard.
Yeah. Listen, I'll start off in it. And I'll say for me, my artist of the year, it's got to be Kendrick.
Really?
Yeah, it's got to be Kendrick, man.
Good job.
Look at his year, bro. Look at his year. So, first and foremost, you ignite possibly the biggest rap beats in history, innit? You understand? And obviously, this thing between him and Drake has been brewing for a long time. It's been brewing for a long time. So you ignite it, you understand, by giving one of the most vicious rap verses we've heard in a long time, in like that. You know what I mean? I remember when that first dropped, man, like everybody was shocked because first and foremost, we hadn't heard from Kendrick in a while, and then we hadn't heard from him in about 2 years since he dropped Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. He kind of went ghost like he normally does. But I think for me, the shock value of that single was due to the fact that, like, normally when you listen to a record, if there's a featured artist on the record, you'll see it. But
because they
didn't show it in it. So when everybody heard Kendrick, it was a surprise in it, and just the smoke that he was sort of coming,
especially on that album,
with Future, because think about it, at that point in time, we didn't know that there was issues between Future and Drake and Metro Boomin. we didn't know that, innit? You understand that? So for him to appear on that album and that song, first and foremost, was a shock, and then it was another shock to hear him actually say, fuck it, no more indirects, I'm going at you. And he's not only going at Drake, he was going at Cole, innit? He was mainly going at Drake, but obviously Cole caught a stray or two in it. So he was asking for smoke with both of them. Understand? Like, when was the last time that happened, innit? When was the last time that three artists, who are at the top of their genre, you know what I mean? It hasn't really happened in a long time.
I think the last person who did it was Kendrick with the control verse.
With the control verse, innit? You see what I'm saying? So, boom, that gets, you know, ignited. And then Drake responds. And then we have this...
Oh, no, you mean Pusha T, actually?
No,
but he's not that high level. He's not that high level.
Yeah. Obviously, to us, like, he's one of the greatest MCs in it, but...
he's not that commercial.
Yeah, and then obviously that sparks off this whole Kendrick and Drake.
Kanye got involved.
Yeah, it sparks up this whole beef, and for the next 2 or 3 weeks, it was just like, you know,
back to back,
bro. Like I hadn't seen anything like it, bro. Like 1 minute Drake will drop, then 30 minutes later Kendrick comes with a response, and then you know what I'm saying. So
it goes down in the history books.
It will definitely go down in the history books, and then obviously Kendrick ended up winning, you know, and then after that, bro, he drops the Not Like Us video. You know what I mean? Everyone goes crazy. Then he comes with the pop out show. So you get what I'm saying, bro? He comes with and then in the middle of all this, 2 number ones.
Yeah, if you
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in total, he's had 3 number ones this year, innit? But at that period in time, he
not like that.
Yeah, and Not Like Us.
And
then obviously Squabble Up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So 3 number 1 songs in 1 year.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? Obviously after the pop out show, then the album drops. GNX.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? That goes number 1. You know, number 1 album, number 1 song. All of the songs on that album charted on Billboard. I think Kendrick, I think he had, when what's it called, the Billboard Hot 100 came out for that week that the album dropped. I think he had like 8 of the 10 songs were from GNX.
I think it was 9, you know.
Even
I think the only one was like Shabuzi.
Yeah, Shabuzi. Yeah, bro.
Shabuzi.
Boom. Even before that, I'm forgetting headline Super Bowl.
Oh, that's about to come up as well.
Headline Super Bowl. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, bro, what artist has had a year like this? Grammy nominations come out. Actually, no, not for GNX. No, that's next year.
No, this is Not Like Us got bare nominations.
Yeah, but Not Like Us got bare nominations.
Yeah,
but I'm talking about GNX. That's next year.
year.
Yeah, Not Like Us got nominated for like how many Grammys?
It's like 3 or 4.
3 or 4, and you know it's gonna
take at least one.
win. Yeah. So you tell me, what artist has had this sort of year before?
He's having a fantastic year for sure.
For me, it's not even close. For me, it's Kendrick in it.
I get it. I think you've looked at it in that aspect, but then if you're going in then to numbers and so forth, then I can easily just be that, I won't say scapegoat, but I'll probably just go over to Sabrina Carpenter or even Taylor Swift, because I'll say Sabrina, to be fair, because she's been more the surprise one. Numbers wise, she's putting the numbers out that pop game.
That's fair.
You know? So it's where you look at it and where you see what you classify as a great artist. And you classify it and you've kind of spoken on what Kendrick has done and put on the scene, and obviously the Grammys he's put out there. But Sabrina, she surprised me a lot. You know, I don't really listen to that genre like that. You know what I'm saying?
She's had a great year.
You know what I mean?
She's had a great year, bro. She's definitely had a great year.
Is the album good? Have you heard about it?
Yeah, I've heard the album. I reviewed it, innit? Like, it's decent still.
So if I was to look at numbers and even impact, because Taylor Swift, that's too much of an easy one. That she's in her own lane, man.
Yeah, I don't think. I agree. I'm not
But I'll naturally go with Sabrina Carpenter. But if I was to think of just musically for me, and someone that's really kind of taken the storm and each gonna do big things massively. Lemonade. Sorry if I'm butchering. Sorry if I'm butchering your name, but
he's so easy artist of the year.
I'll say he's my artist in the year in regards to what he's put out. He hasn't put an album, he put out EPs. He put an EP out last year before that as well, which done massively well. And I feel like he's gonna take the R&B world by storm, especially for the UK. Like Jarvis mentioned, UK R&B is doing this thing as well, and he's pushing that. So if I was looking at talent, I'll go with him. If I'm looking at numbers and and what's going on within the world, Sabrina.
I hear you. That's fair.
That's how I'll go.
How about you, Jay?
But you know what? Yeah, there's you know, if Kendrick's been said, I would have said Kendrick. You know, because what you said, you've created a strong argument for it, and it makes sense. And I feel like when we look, I saw a little thing where, do you know, when people look at years of the biggest artists. And we've got our 2003s, you've got your 50 Cent, you've got your like 1999s, you've got your Eminems, you've got your Jay-Z 98, Drake 2016, probably Drake has had another year as well, Kanye's had a few years as well.
Drake 2018.
2018, yeah.
That's when you really Scorpion.
This is definitely Kendrick's year, undisputed in terms of numbers, in terms of impact, 100%. I want to give a special shout out to this artist because I do feel like what they've done is they've like really like shown themselves to us, and they've really shown themselves to us in a different light, and I feel like now, like, it's undisputed. I want to shout out J. Cole. That guy is out of every single hip hop conversation ever. He can never say anything. He can't do anything. We needed this. We all needed this beat,
has been decided this year.
Yes.
J. Cole, in fact, you need to retire. You need to retire. It's a disgrace what you did, and you can never redeem yourself. No matter what you do, J. Cole fans, you're in denial. You're delusional. There's no way I ever want to hear any J. Cole, don't even rap about being one of the best rappers. You don't want it. Okay? Never.
I can never be in your
It
vocabulary.
can never be in your vocabulary. You will never make it. You will never make it. Bro, J. Cole, you should be a dinner lady. You should be a dinner lady.
J. Cole, this is the full so Jarvis. This doesn't represent.
It represents all of us. You should be a dinner lady. Jermaine Colson.
So he's like your artist of the year, but in the wrong way.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the wrong way. But if we're to talk about it in a good way, now that I've got out of the way, I'm actually gonna go with. Oh, do you know what it is? I am gonna go with a mixture of Boldy James, because one thing that I like about him, he is, you know me guys, I love my underground hip hop, I like my backpack, you know me, I listen to that stuff. He has dropped many albums. Even he dropped an album yesterday. I need to listen to it.
Seriously?
Seriously. He's like
working
his work rate is crazy.
So he's like Currency.
He's literally like Currency. The work rate is crazy, but the difference between him and Currency is Currency has got lyrical OCD. Money, women, cars, weed. And that's what we get, and it's excellent, and we love that. But Boldy James, he touches on so many different, so many different issues. He's very introspective, amazing. So I'm gonna give it to him. / Alchemist.
Okay, yeah, that's a good song.
Alchemist.
He's been having a good couple of years. Producing people.
Instead of producing people, I feel like he is having a renaissance within himself. He's getting a lot of recognition. He's getting a lot of love. Like, bear in mind, Alchemist was Eminem's DJ.
Yeah, he was.
His first look was like Mobb Deep.
Yes. Like, I didn't realize that this guy's been doing things since the early 90s.
Early 90s,
I checked his discography. Yeah.
He's been
He's
outside.
He's a veteran,
and he doesn't come across as that.
Yeah.
He comes across very low key, very to himself. But when he works with a particular artist, the sounds that he crafts, untouchable. So for me, Boldy.
Okay.
I think for me, kind of like when you brought up Kendrick Lamar, another artist that had like a huge year was Charlie XCX.
Oh yeah, in terms of social media, in terms of campaign, in terms of shaping the popular narrative, and also releasing a great album. I think Charlie XCX has managed to do that all in a package, and also she's managed to probably get into a space now where I used to have big singles, but my albums didn't used to translate and do that well. And I'm also an underground artist. Yes.
And I'm like trying to fight to be a big artist. And then, almost feeling like, oh, nothing is working for me. But then finally with Brad, it seems like everything worked, where it's like not only are you basically probably the top dog, not in terms of sales, but in terms of like critically acclaimed and reverence, in terms of your pop peers, they look up to you. Do you get me? And you sold 1 or 2 times platinum. I think that's what your trajectory is. So I think Charlie probably is, but also I think Nala, because she's managed to go 2 for 2 for me. But I think I'll give it to Charlie. And I think it says a lot how this industry can be. It's not clear trajectory. Kind of TYLA the creator as well. He's also an interesting shout for like the artist of the year, because he's bigger than Kendrick. For me, he's released an album that's better than what Kendrick released this year.
That's true.
But to come from to a point where you're not exactly sure, but you're also producing your best music, but you also are a big label, and then they want you to produce music that translate, and then to be able to do it both for Tyler Perry, but mostly for Charlie XCX. I think that's a hard thing to do, and then it's only up for her here now. Like, she can literally release an album 6 out of 10, and I still think it will sell really well. And I think she got people in her hands now.
No, do you know what it is? One thing that she had the perfect storm of social media and catchy music. Because when I say, bro, Brat Summer, she created a whole summer. She 100%, bro. She took over a whole color. A whole color. I've never seen anything like it, where people our age are talking about, oh yeah, I'm having a Brat Summer. What?
She had the cultural impact.
It's cultural impact. It's crazy.
You release really good music, and you capturing everyone, I gotta give it up. So for me, I think my artist is Charlie X.
That's fair, bro. That's a good shout. Yeah. We're gonna flip it again, yeah. And yeah, now this is the opposite. So
yes,
I know.
Yes.
I know that this was requested by Mr. Monberry himself.
Thank you very much.
Let's start off, bro.
He insisted that we add this to the actual segment.
I want to know who your one is.
Yeah.
Your one is J. Cole. You have to your the terror with J. Cole.
My list is extensive.
Fair enough.
So the question is, which artist had the worst / most disappointing release of 2024?
I got two.
So I'll send it over to Kev.
I got two people.
For my most disappointing is Jamie XCX. No, Jamie XXX with his follow-up album from In Color. It's been, what's it called, 9 or 8 years. I've been wanting Jamie XXX to release again. I'm a fan of dance music. I love dance music. I thought In Color was an amazing music.
It was,
but also was like a soundtrack to London as well. Watered down club dance music that was incredibly generic and nothing sort of personable and great about it. And honestly, I listened to it once and twice and I just can't get into it. I don't think it's a good album. And I'm wondering, what the hell has he been up to all of these years? Honestly, probably DJing at some of these fancy festivals, and I feel like the music is not necessarily at the forefront, kind of like Charlie XCX with the dance music. Do you get me? Nothing is like catchy. Everything's just shiny, but there's no sort of soul into it. And I was very disappointed because I was anticipating this album for a long period of time. So that's Jamie XX. So I don't know when the follow-up for that was gonna be, but please let it be soon because I can't wait another 8 years is just too long. Disappointing artist, but again, I'm not disappointed. I feel like I've been proven wrong. Not proven right, so proven right. But at the same time, Henry probably would argue rightfully that she's done well in some regards, which is Ice Spice. Like Ice Spice, oh my days. Don't get me wrong, like, I didn't have any high anticipations for Ice Spice. I thought she's gonna crash and burn, kind of like Sexy Red. And lo and behold, her debut album, which came out this year. I'm not sure if the mixtape also came out, what's it called, this year?
It was this year. No, it was last year.
It was last year.
No, but the year before. In 2023. So 2023 came out.
Because I thought she at least, because normally what you would normally do once you get a good mixtape like those kind of well, you go on a bit of a run now where, for example, that debut album will also do slightly well as well, so you're able to continue the run until you fall off. But my God, she's fallen off already completely. She had one song, Delhi, which probably only anticipation was the reason why it went platinum. None of the other singles with the big hitters with Travis Scott, Alba.
What are you talking about? You think you're a fart?
The Sean Paul one, it was Give Me the Light.
Oh, that was so bad.
So loads of music and loads of strategies that she deployed before that normally would have got her somewhere, literally is not working.
The Chiefs couldn't save her.
And yeah, also so again, the message leak didn't help, and you know, again, her image, she's sort of slimmed out again, hasn't helped her cause now. She released the Deluxe, I think, just a week or two ago, and I'm happy that this happened. I think, and another one as well, I think for my demise this year probably be Sexy Red. But I'm going for Ice Spice as most disappointing, and yeah, that's my list.
That's fair. That's fair. Jay, how about you, bro?
Do you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna start because I even forgot about this. Yeah, and I just remember this as of recently. Yeah, one of the ones that I didn't expect to. Let me just get straight into it. Nines.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Nines.
Okay.
Nines. When I say, do you know what it is? Yeah.
And that's supposed to be his last album.
It's meant to be his last album. This is the album.
You mentioned that,
bro.
Yeah.
This is the album he's retiring on. And one thing about Nines, yeah, for literally, I would say, a decade, he has dropped high quality street music. He's one of these rappers, yeah, where he understands the perfect balance between production and flow and bars as well. He's very good at that, bro. So like, bro, Church Road to Hollywood. Yeah. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Bro, he has dropped some he's dropped UK classics. Let's be real, man. Calling a spade, he's dropped UK classics. So to hear he's gonna retire, I was like, raw. There's so many songs that, for example, I've seen samples on that. There's a song called, I think it's called Mexico or something like that. I've seen like a sample of for ages, and I'm thinking, raw, this album is gonna be heavy.
Yes.
Like, he's gone through a lot of adversity. Like, he's been in prison as of recently.
Yeah.
He's even fighting a case right now. Like, obviously, the whole stabbing situation happened, even though that was quite a few years ago. Like, you could see, obviously, after Crabs in a Bucket, like, the guy was cold. So I'm thinking, okay, he's gonna tap into all of his past albums and drop something incredible. Bro, Quit While You're Ahead, I think, is an amazing name for the album. And the album did not live up to the hype. It's a carbon copy. A song for the girls, a song about, oh, ladies are crazy, the Tony Soprano thing. That's it.
Tony Soprano's hard though.
It's hard. It's hard. But for me, I'm like,
predictable.
It's predictable. For me, it was too predictable. I knew what was going to happen. It wasn't engaging to me. I expected more. From someone that I picked as like one of the top statesmen of UK rap, let me down.
I hear it.
That let me down. I'm going to pick him there. And then for this one, do you know what it is? I've got so many artists on this list who've a lot of you guys have let me down this year. A lot of you dropped and a lot of you let me down. So I can just pick a random name out of the hat. Some people let me down more than others, yeah. Zenz, I can't lie, you go on your list, Benny the Butcher, bro. Ooh. Yeah, Benny the Butcher, not everyone can't go. Benny, he's probably the most commercial out of all of the Griselda members. Some would argue he's the best spitter, he can make the best tracks. You know, Conway, they would say, is a bit more deep and introspective, and Westside is just, you know, the pioneer. But for me, with this album here in particular, I just feel like he just didn't get the right flow. I feel like he was trying to go too commercial. He should have stick to his roots. That gritty Griselda sound. Coined that gritty Griselda sound. He should have stayed there. And that let me down. Because I'm a big fan of Griselda. I love the artist. And for me, even Westside, even Kevin, he's allergic to the nonsense.
Allergic to the madness.
Allergic to the madness. For me, even Westside had a better album than him, which is quite, it's not even rare to say. It depends what you like. But yeah, Benny for me.
Zenz?
Cool. I'm probably jumping over to Mr. Schoolboy Q, Blue Lips.
Okay.
Schoolboy Q, man.
I hear it.
I'm disappointed, man. I feel like we're in the stage where Mr. Schoolboy Q, Mr. Q himself, he should be showing us a lot more. K-Dot has really thrown the name when it comes to TDE itself, and it was a decent tape, but I'm disappointed because what I expected, he did not deliver for me whatsoever at all. So I feel like
what was you expecting again?
My expectation is it's more elevation. It's showing us commercially he can do it as well, as long as he's when it comes to lyrics, when it comes to bars, when it comes to storytelling. So Schoolboy Q does his thing, man. One of the strongest TDE, obviously Absol was stronger than him. Listen, that's another one, but let's not even go into let's not even go into it as well. But Schoolboy Q, Blue Lips was one for me that I wasn't too happy with. Future, Metro Boomin, come on, Future needs to fall down now. Future, you're getting too old, my bro. Let's you know what I'm saying?
It's time to mature, fam.
You know, we don't trust you. Like, even from the title itself, we don't trust you, Metro Boomin.
I'm 14, fam.
They've got a fantastic connection, we know that already. They work some hit bangers all day long. That's one, and then Denzel Curry, King of Mischievous. Verses 1 and 2. Both of them. God, number 1 was 19 songs, and volume 2, 15. Full of what? Bro, it annoyed me, man. I expected so much from Denzel as well, man, and I thought, you've let me down here, King, bro. So
15 filled with air, fam.
Of air, bro. Skipping. So yeah, that's definitely my 3 right there, man.
Yeah, no, I hear that. Yeah, I think for me, I mean, you said one already, Absol.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. That was a good message. I completely. It's so disappointing that I forgot about it. That shows a lot.
I deleted it from the memory.
It was very disappointing, man, because I think, you know, Absol is one of the best spitters in TDE. Some will argue that he is the best.
100%.
And I think maybe even Kendrick will tell you that he's better than him. You know what I'm saying? And I can see that still. Like, for me, it's between Absol and Kendrick. But yeah, like I thought Absol was gonna come back, you know, with some heat, you know, because I look at Zaire Rashad, for example. I know
You know what? I still rate you, bro.
That's but in terms of, like, you know, rappers in TDE that you know have delivered a good project over the years, I think for me it's Kendrick and Kendrick and Isaiah. I think them two. And I know Schoolboy Q is number 3 in it. They ain't gonna give me like that, bro. You know? But like for me, them two out of the TDE members have released the best, you know, 2 albums over the last few years. So, like Schoolboy Q's album.
Isaiah's last album was really good.
Schoolboy Q's album.
For me, it's Blank Face, bro.
Birthday. Okay.
Birthday is Schoolboy Q. When was that though?
That was like 2018. That's the one that had the Kanye West song or something.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was a town.
Yeah. And yeah, so like for me, Blue Lips, I wouldn't put it on this list, but I do feel like it wasn't as great as everybody was making it out to be.
I agree with you on that.
I feel like it was a good tape. Don't get me wrong, like one of Schoolboy Q's strongest. You know what I'm saying? In his discography, but. Yeah, like I think that album was a bit overhyped, but it was a good album.
I disagree.
Yeah. But listen, I can see why people fuck with that album.
For me, I think it's the best sonically I've heard of Schoolboy.
Yeah, for a long time, 100%.
I think he really elevated.
Yeah.
But I think I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
For me, what I've said, what was Absol, and then Schoolboy Q, even though I really wouldn't put Schoolboy Q on the list because it wasn't disappointing to me. So it's just something I just wanted to mention. And then I think for me, Justin Timberlake.
I even forgot about that,
I can't lie, I'm not a bit surprised about that. I heard like 2 singles and I was like, it's a waste of time.
But for me, you know, there's only been one album in Justin Timberlake's discography that has been a complete miss, and that was Man Woman. Yeah, because I thought 2020 was a good album. I know 2020 Experience was a good album.
Oh my God,
it's a good album.
No. Cowboy Bubblegum.
Yeah.
So is a good song.
Mirrors, you know what I'm saying?
You come from Future Sex Love Song to that, I was like...
No, for me it was good, bro. It was good. But Man on the Woods is the only complete miss of his discography. And, you know, for me, this album, it was alright, decent. It
was boring.
It had about 3 or 4 tracks that I took from it, but... Yeah, all in all, it wasn't really.
I took nothing.
And listen, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
He's on drugs. You saw he got arrested this year.
Yeah.
Is that on drugs?
Yeah. He says a arrest record.
Oh really? Was it on alcohol?
Alright, at this moment, we're gonna put up his mugshot.
Alright.
What's going on, Justin? Justin, what's going on?
Justin, please. Remember, it's allegedly though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Apparently it was.
He got caught.
You forgot to mention one more. Usher.
No, I was going to mention that.
Oh, sorry.
Bro, my last album that I'm going to mention here, or artist, is Usher with Coming Home in it. Like
Me, bro, this is
Coming Home, you know.
Yeah. Because I'll give you some context. Yeah, Usher kind of switched up like the whole theme and sonics for this album, innit? Like, because there was, I think back in 2020 he announced that he was going to release Confessions 2. Confessions 2, innit? You know, and some of the records from that album, or that was going to be on that album, got leaked. And like all of them sounded really good, bro. Like, and he said that he was going to be in his straight R&B bag, innit? You understand? He was going to go back to his roots, innit? So obviously the 4 or 5 records that got leaked that I heard from the album, they sounded really good, bro. And then all of a sudden, I think I saw an interview with Jermaine Dupri in 2022, basically saying, yeah, like Usher kind of scrapped that whole idea and he's going in a new direction for his new project. So I was like, cool, that's a bit interesting. I was a bit disappointed, but I said, you know what? Let me just see what it's about. Let me just see what this is about. And I think the first couple of singles he released off of this album, I think they sounded really good. So obviously I was hyped. I was like, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, Usher's gonna come with heat. And then when the album dropped, bro, it wasn't making sense. Like, all over the place, bro. You know, and you know he said previously that he was gonna obviously stick to his R&B roots, but he kind of ventured into. You know, there is some R&B records on this album in it, but they're few and far between, bro. I expected a lot more. And it just, I don't know, man, he was just trying to mix pop with this, with that.
He was trying to cover all bases.
Basically, and it was just a very disappointing project. Matter of fact, he released like a deluxe version of the album, but it was like a Coming Home extended edition. And the 3 tracks that were on that extended edition, all of them, they were very good. Those were, I think, the leaked ones, innit? And they were very good. So in my head, I was just thinking, bro, why couldn't you? Yeah, for me, Usher Coming Home, I think that's probably the most disappointing.
I can hear your voice.
I'm so upset.
Yeah,
I feel like he's kind of sidetracked a lot though, man. I from sidetracked. He's got a lot of ventures going on.
Yeah.
You see what he's done in Vegas. He's been sent out.
He did it.
There's a lot
Yeah,
going on at the
thing.
moment with him. So really, is he in his bag to go back to his roots coming home? I don't think so, man.
He's not.
He's not. He's got his hand into so many different pies.
I think just to even jump on that point as well, yeah, you're very unfocused, and I think people forget, yeah, we're in an era right now where a lot of the newer artists are sampling from people.
Yeah.
That used to be good.
Yeah.
Bro, we're in our nostalgia era.
Yes.
Bro, make that nostalgic music because people want to listen to nostalgia, bro.
Yeah.
It would make sense for you to do that, Usher, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. It would make sense for you guys to make music of the era that you know you're good at.
Facts.
Facts.
So moving on to the fourth and final segment. Understand? There's 2 questions here, but I'm gonna mix it into one in it. So just quickly, who is the artist to look out for in 2025? And what artists are you looking forward to dropping in 2025? You understand? So they're 2 different questions, but they can be tied into one in it. So I'm gonna start off with UK.
Okay.
Which artists are you looking out for in 2025? You've already mentioned.
I think I already mentioned Rich. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the person who that answers both of those questions as well. I think because it's a 1 minute freestyle and a 2 minute, no, 2 minute of silence and 1 minute of silence, and alongside other things that he's kind of done before, it does seem that he possibly will release something great. And if it does, I'll be super excited. If he doesn't, he definitely will appear on Most Disappointed. 100%. Because Rich 3-2 needs. He might have released already a classic. I'm not so fully aware of his. Yeah, it's like that. I'm not fully aware of his. I'm not fully aware of his discography, but yeah, he is a great MC, and I think he can 100% do it. He's in the most anticipated list. And another person I'm going to mention, that probably isn't on my list, is Frank Ocean.
Yes.
Frank has been going on for like
years,
however long. I think it was supposed to release a year after the pandemic. And he's not in my most anticipated list. Probably I shouldn't even have mentioned him, but it would be nice if he released something. If he doesn't, we probably, who knows when he releases. But I think those 2, but most likely just one Reg. So yeah.
Jay?
For me, I mean, similar to what Kay said, Frank will always be in my ear. Every single year, Frank will
Until it releases. Since we started doing this, it's been like
brewing, it's been time.
No, but it's been like Frank's name has been
brought
up. Every time we pose this question to each and every one of us, Frank is always the name that gets
brought up. And Frank, we need you. We need you to come back. But mine would be, do you know what, I was watching an interview with The Guardian with Andre 3000. And he was talking about he is going to drop an album this year.
Oh, sick, okay.
And then, but my sneaking suspicion is we're going to get vocals on this album.
Yes.
I don't know.
Why would you think that?
Because he was in this interview, the way he was talking is like he doesn't know what direction he's going to go in. So it doesn't mean that he's going to stay on this experimental jazz type of with the instrument type of thing, or whether he's going to go to rapping, or whether he's going to go to singing. I feel like we might get not a sequel, but something similar to The Love Below. I feel like we'll get something similar to The Love Below. I'm saying that, and I'm
less poppy,
and
more adulty.
100%. Because that's what he's in. You know, he's like, oh, I've got to make music for my age.
But it's really interesting as well because he's the most primed to do it, but for some reason he's always thinking that he's not fit to do it because of his age. Which again doesn't make no sense because there's so many rappers that are making statesman old music and doing it at a high level, and he's got it all in the bag to do it, but yeah, he doesn't do it. And that's one thing about straight with Andre 3000. He should have been the pioneer of making like mature rap. But
he did though. That's the
as a future, but like not as a okay, cool. Now that I'm at this age, where's my what's it called? 40 was it the Jay-Z 4 album? Do you get me?
I think he's got a mental gap, fam.
There is a mental gap, and I feel like as well because he's been so famous, and I think because he also suffered with social anxiety. I think that's also stopping him from going into that bag. Because I think. My theory is, if he didn't suffer from social anxiety, we would have 100% had that rap album.
I mean, he was saying in his interview that he always hated performing.
And he's weird. He comes across extraordinarily awkward as well. But again, that's just who he is. So yeah.
And do you know what it is? I'm going to say 2 more. One that I'm going to say that's been being teased for the longest time is the Clips.
Yes,
that's on my list.
That's on my list.
That Louis Vuitton.
Oh my god! Oh, when he got Jim Jones.
Oh yeah!
It sounds
absolutely back to what we need. It sounds amazing. When I heard that, I was searching. Where is that record? The record is oh my god!
I forgot about that.
Bro, that record is this.
When
lie, when he dropped that sample, I was like, I'm ready for it. I'm ready. Give us more cocaine. I'm ready. So for me, they've been teasing it for a long time. Pusha T said the album's done. Yeah, the album's done, so we're just waiting for it to drop. So that one is on my list. And another one, because I feel like GNX isn't the album. I think Kendrick is gonna drop again. I think
it's possible.
I think Kendrick is gonna drop either around the Super Bowl, just before, or just after. Kendrick's gonna drop again. But those are my ones.
Cool. I'll probably say I mentioned one already. LMA. I keep butchering your name up, bro. Apologies, but I feel like he's cooking. And he's gonna put out probably a fire album next year for sure. And someone that's cooking slowly, and we've mentioned him small. Larry June. I've seen something big coming, man. He's been
releasing an album every year.
Every year he does, but I feel like. And honestly, I feel like this year, going 2025 now, Larry June's gonna cook with something, man. I want to see it. Big features. Yeah, it's happening, man. It's happening. So Larry June, look out for it, man.
Yeah, I think for me, I've got a few. So you said one of them clips. Definitely, you know, I'm hearing that Pharrell's produced the whole album. So that'll be interesting. You know, obviously that's Pharrell without Chad, because you know.
Oh, yeah, beef right now.
That's upsetting.
That's very sad. Mend it, boys. Mend it. We need unity.
Yeah. And my guy, it seems like my guy No Malice is back in his back.
He's back to Malice.
He's back to Malice. I love it. So clips. Wretch 3-2, as Kevin mentioned. Listen, if Wretch doesn't produce a classic from here,
I will be disappointed.
It'll be very disappointing because it's like all of the singles so far have just been classic album material. Do you know what I mean? So for me, it's just like, yo, you're almost there, innit? You know what I'm saying? So just complete the mission, innit? And obviously I know somebody that is currently working with Wretch on the album, and they told me that it's something mad in it, so you just wait on it. So it's good. Yeah. So it's good. Yeah. So we spoke about this artist earlier, Solange. Solange, you know, the reason why I'm saying Solange is because about a couple of weeks ago I saw that she previewed 2 songs. Yeah, 2 new songs in it. She was on a boat. Yeah, she was on a boat, and then you can hear like two tracks.
Was it Instagram?
Instagram, yeah.
How's it sounded?
Oh, it sounded really good, bro.
Yeah.
It sounded really
Is
good.
it in your soul?
Yeah,
that's her bag, man.
Yeah, that's her bag. Yeah, I'm anticipating that she's coming out with something in 2025, and also I want to hear that in it, because Solange, phenomenal. Yeah, Miguel as well. I've got to say Miguel, my guy Miguel. He's been, you understand, like
the EP that he released recently was really good, but then I think he decided not to release anything because he was angry that commercially he's not doing anything. I think that's what he always said.
And I think obviously he was going through a divorce.
Yes.
So that really took a toll on him. Yeah. Because Miguel hasn't released an album since 2017, bro.
Really?
It's been 8 years since 2017.
Oh, you are right.
It doesn't even feel like it, you know.
It doesn't even.
Because he released his singles and EPs, I think, and then
he released. So his last album was 2017. He released an EP in 2022, and that's it.
Yeah, that one was good.
That one was good.
That was really good.
I'm saying? So I'm hoping Miguel gets it together. He released his first single or a song a month ago, innit? You know, it sounded alright in it. So I'm hoping he gets it together, because you know Miguel, one of my favorite artists. Frank, you know, definitely.
Frank.
Frank.
Please. Enough is enough. We need it.
That collab tape between Freddie and Alchemist.
Oh yes.
Montana.
Montana.
Yeah, I need that. Huss is also gearing up to release something. Yeah, we're getting new Huss in 2025, and the last one, man. I'm gonna go with Nux, my guy Nux.
Good shout.
No days off.
Yeah. Big up Nux, man.
No days off.
I think he's gonna drop something this year. He released a joint tape with K-Trap.
Cautionary Tales.
There's about 3 or 4 records on those live. So
very nice.
Yeah, man. That's kind of me still.
There you have it, guys. That is it. That is us wrapping up 2024 a few days late, but you know you had to wait for the good treats at the end. Guys, we're excited for 2025.
Yes.
Guys, obviously do not forget to comment, don't forget to rate, don't forget to subscribe. We've got a lot of big things happening this year, so watch this space. A lot of things are going on. And to all the artists that we said we're looking out for in 2025. We're looking for you.
Don't disappoint.
Don't disappoint us. And if we didn't mention you, this is your motivation to end up on our list. Surprise us. Get us ready, okay? But boys, thank you so much. It's been a very serious session. And same time again next year.
Blessings everyone. Peace.
Love.
Love.